We have with us Tyrannical Terror, Passive Possum, Jogsaw, Angel, and Vanessa. When last we played, the adventuring party, the research team under Professor Dragonblood, had sought out for the Sinjo Temple, north of Jodo in the mountain range. After meeting with a terrible trio who attacked them and killed their dear professor, a mysterious entity blinded them with a silvery light, and they woke up in a strange place, in a strange time. After succumbing to their trials and coming out with strange effects that have impacted both their appearances and minds and physiologies, they also emerged with a Pokemon partner each and found themselves back in time. They met with an old Drampa, Gigi, who told them that he had been waiting for them, that they are the Prophetic Five. These five individuals are destined to save Vengia, this region that they had been sent back to, a collective of regions, in fact, before they split and become the map we know today. The five set out and were led to their keep by Gigi. They met with their personal butler, Casper, a sassy poltergeist who looks down upon them despite having to remain subservient. They met Emmett, their Golurk, the security entity for their keep, and they named it after the late professor himself. Lastly, Gigi told them that the only way that they're going to get home is by completing the prophecy. And in an effort to get more information about this prophecy, they have decided to head to the capital city of Kingswatch and meet with the king himself, per Gigi's instruction. He will have more information on this prophecy. We cut back to the five of you. You are within the keep. You are inside Dragonblood Keep. You had each retired to your quarters. You had been given a sum of gold to assist you with purchasing basic supplies and gear for yourselves. It was later in the day. It had taken you quite some time to get out of the tunnels beneath Arturo's cabin, beneath his house, and then several hours marching over towards Dragonblood Keep. After your tour, the five of you are greatly exhausted. Having already hiked through the mountains to get to the Sinjo Temple, then waking up in this strange place, you've been awake for nearly a day, even if it's only late afternoon here in the past. You take your time to retire before setting out in the morning. Casper, you hear him call from down beneath. You hear the ringing of a bell, and he shouts, he shouts, "Researchers, your dinner is served."
Find me some grub. Let's go.
You come down from your rooms, and before having left, you had been here for about an hour or so. You had time to look around your room, look around your living quarters, and we had each of you describe your spaces last time. This time, upon looking throughout your rooms, you did find wardrobes or dressers in your spaces, of which come with some standard garb for the time, seemingly perfectly to match your physiques. You were prophesized to arrive, after all. Could you each tell me what your character has decided to wear? I will start with Terror.
Okay. I can picture Cassie in a sort of simple blue tunic, the sort of dusty blue that comes with using natural plant dyes like indigo, and some pants that are not quite patchwork. It's a little anachronistic for her to be wearing pants and a tunic, but it doesn't strike her as too odd. The whole getup is very simple, but it's got some belts and leather strappings to attach things to should she need to carry anything.
Awesome. Did you change anything about your hair, or is it resting about the same?
Well, we're gonna be adventuring a lot, so it's going up.
All right.
Probably into like a bun.
Hell yeah. Possum, what does Abner wear?
He has pretty much converted one of the spare bed sheets into a robe.
You were given a wardrobe and a dresser of clothes, and you've chosen a toga.
This can be improved upon.
Hell yeah. All right.
We haven't actually met other people in other garbs yet.
That's true. That's true. All right, Jigsaw, what does Will, Mr. Hadley, what is he wearing?
So he's probably going to be, more of form over function. So taking just your standard shirt, long pants, and then taking various, because I imagine that it's more than just like a shirt and a pair of pants, but taking some of the pieces of fabric, kind of breaking them down and adding some more to, like, elbows to the knees, maybe it's like makeshift gloves, because dude's used to, hopping around and now he can fly. So it's like, okay, let's make sure I can actually, have a little bit of durability at these spots.
Sure.
But past that, it's just going to be very little modification to whatever's in there.
Hell yeah. Angel, what does Magnolia wear?
I think Magnolia has kind of like a dark green cloak-esque type of outfit with some gold accents to it, with like leaf green boots.
Hell yeah. And last but not least, what does Clary wear, Vanessa?
She's picked out something simple but functional, like a white linen blouse with one of those necklines that has like a drawstring on it. Maybe like tan high-waisted pants, very comfy brown boots, and probably pulled out some sort of traveling cloak, I would say. Maybe like a purple. Hairstyle's still the same, still in a ponytail.
Heck yeah. Now for the fun part. All 5 of you, having been prophesized, they knew, almost seemingly intentionally placing these Pokemon before you, and knowing the choices that you would make. You find that there is a small chest that contains some cosmetic items for your Pokemon as well. You may play dress up with them if you wish, and give them clothing items.
Yes.
Ooh. Let me think.
You said if we wish. I just want you to know that we'll all be more creative and excited to dress our Pokemon.
You're like, mine has a mohawk, smoking a cigarette.
My dude gonna have a little headband on him.
Heck yeah.
I want to give Jack a helmet, like a knight.
There's a spot in the top of the helmet where Jack's head spike sort of sticks out, and so that's the only part. You sort of slot it onto his head, and it's like almost like a not as much like a Spartan where it like comes over the bridge of the nose, but it does sort of have that form fitting because he doesn't have a like a human shaped head, so it's got a bend in places, but it does come down a little past the jaw, and his tusks sort of hold it in place.
I just had the funniest thought of him jumping for joy, but there's like something above him and he gets stuck in the ceiling because he just kind of like a dart sticks in from the top.
he
Yeah.
finds a new game of running up to the top of the keep and jumping off like a lawn dart to see how far he can make it.
Oh no.
All right.
I'm absolutely gonna make that canon.
Hell yeah. All right, Abner, what does Tonka wear?
They also get a toga.
Tiny toga. They're gonna find this small golden bracelet that has a charm that looks like the sun, and they sort of wrap that around the haft of their hammer as well. So they've got decor for it. Magnolia, what is Styx wearing?
I think Styx is wearing cute little booties on his feet that have that are made out of leather and have like that leaf imprint on them. And then I think that it would be really, really adorable for Styx to have a tiny little leather jacket.
Hell yeah. Turtle shoes, turtle jacket.
And then he has like a gold circlet that I put on his head over the little stick sticking out.
That's beautiful.
He got swag, you know.
You got mad drip.
He do.
Clary,
Also,
how
I
does...
love...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I love Tonka the Tinka Tink in her tiny toga.
Clary, how does Leo accessorize?
Well, Clary, so she's not really like the biggest fan per se of accessorizing her little Pokemon, but at the same time, when she looks at him, she feels that he's very unserious, and she doesn't like that. So she tries to give him, things that will make him feel a bit more able to be taken seriously. So she gives him these like arm braces that go like above his forepaws, kinda. So like he's like, you know, intimidating, quote unquote, but it doesn't really actually make him look very intimidating at all. It just looks like he's wearing bracelets. And then she gives him a little, it's almost like a collar, I guess, but not like quite too tight fitting, that has like a little nautical symbol on it. She's like, oh, water, makes sense.
A sailor uniform.
At first, whenever you were describing it, and you're like, he's too serious. I want to make him not so serious. I think you could give him like a propeller hat or something.
No, completely the opposite, but that's really funny.
He needs to lock in.
That's really, really funny.
So yeah, you give him you say clown shoes.
No, I don't give him clown shoes. That's just propeller hat, clown shoes. It's really funny.
You give him these articles that sort of make him seem more angular and more intimidating, like you said, that accent a lot of his nonchalance that he has and make him seem larger than just like this slender little feline fish. And so he stands out quite a bit more with just these subtle things, and you let his patterns on his body speak for themselves. As you descend from your rooms to head downstairs to the dining room, you see that Gigi is on his way to the dining room as well. You see him sort of like moving. As I said before, you can't see his legs, so he sort of looks like he's slugging along whenever he moves. And you see that he's a little dressed up as well. He has on like this nice little hat, and he has a bolo tie, and that's all he's got. But he looks up and he says, "Oh, there you are. You know, Emmett makes the best he makes the best quiches around. You're going to taste this. And there is nothing in this world you'll be able to go back to. This is going to taste like home for you from now on."
That seems kind of like a threat.
Well, it's like a curse, but like good.
What?
How is a curse good?
Well, because you like it.
What?
So an addiction.
Huh. Well, let's go eat dinner.
All right.
He heads into the dining room, and he goes to one side of the table. There's not a chair there. He just sort of like sidles up to it and then puts his chest right against the table's edge, and then each of you have your own seats. Your Pokemon will also have a chair for themselves. And you see that Emmett is bringing in the last chair. Each of these chairs has been form-fitted to you guys, and you can see he's got this leather apron on instead of like the baker's apron that he had on earlier. He has a leather apron. It's got like some blacksmith tools and things, and he puts down a wooden chair. It's the last one, like I said. And it's this very, very thin, slender one that has just a bar at the top, and you see that Thumper flies off of Will's shoulder and just rests on the bird perch. And before you, there are several covered dishes with the silver covering for the platters. And Casper rises up out of the center of the table. And he says, "Well, I didn't get to know you well enough to find out what you like, so you're going to eat what I've cooked. Bon appetit." And he lifts up the lids to the platters with just a raise of one of his little goopy arms. As he lifts his arm, all of the platters lift with this purplish energy, and he slowly moves them over to the side. Each of you has has the same dish. Why don't each of you tell me one thing that is in this feast?
Broggly.
Broggly.
Potato.
There's broggly,
I know
potato.
what we could be drinking.
Yes. All right. So I know where you're going. You have broggly, you have potato, and there is a glass of this greenish, milky liquid at each of your seats.
No. Green?
And you see Gigi go, "Oh, Casper, you shouldn't have." And you see him just like put his face into his dish, and he just starts eating like a dog out of their bowl. Other than broccoli, potato, what else do we have out here? You guys are gonna have a full spread.
Maybe some roast beef.
Okay, so they're gonna have some thinly sliced Tauros steak for you out that's been set out. This roasted Tauros. They'll have the vegetables in it, like a pot roast. Similarly, I'll say in addition, you have deviled eggs, and they look to be quite large eggs. They have like this pink and yellow sheen on the outside. Sort of like whenever you see a ramen egg, how the outside is stained that light brown from the soy sauce, these are stained like a pink and yellow. But they're quite large, about the size of like an ostrich egg. Each one is cut in half, and then there's the deviled filling inside.
Nice.
Espathra eggs, roasted Tauros, vegetables, and Gigi's favorite, onion milk.
Onion milk.
I smell the onion milk.
It smells fragrant. It smells like spring onions, but there's like a sweetness to it.
It's like creamy onionade.
Creamy onionade.
That is a horrible thing to hear.
The amount of a frown that I just had was the most that I've ever frowned in my life.
I need you to know I'm hunched in on myself protectively. I'm trying to hide from the onion milk and I can't get away.
It follows.
You see Gigi's mouth, like, he makes an O with his mouth and his lips protrude a little bit, and he just puts the glass up to his mouth and then cocks his head back so all of the onion milk goes down. You hear him gulp it down. And,
Is there a texture to it?
he looks over and he says, "Why don't you try it there, Cassie? And then we can decide whether you like it with pulp or no pulp."
Mm. I'm gonna sit there and just be like, how do you milk an onion? And then I'm just gonna slog it back.
It is delicious. Will, it is surprisingly good. Like, you were expecting, like, oh, the sound of it sounds very gross. But it's nice. It's refreshing, but it has, like, that aftertaste of the garnish of onions instead of it being strong like onions. There's this floral earthiness to it that makes it ultimately taste sort of like a milk tea. But then just, like, that hit of onion at the end.
Well, I'll be darned. I thought that bus lady was crazy.
What?
Don't worry about it.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Cassie's
Oops.
weird and adventurous. She'd definitely try the fucking onion milk.
It's banging.
No. No.
I just want water.
Oh, you're not gonna drink yours, Abby?
Slides glass back to Gigi.
You see him the same way he did with his glass, puts his lips over the entirety of the glass, and then, like, throws his head back to drink the entire thing, and then puts the glass back down. You're really missing out, you know?
I'll be okay.
He lifts up
I'm
his,
gonna look at them.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say I'm gonna look at them, and I'm gonna look at my milk, and I'm going to take a sip of my milk.
It's delightful.
Oh, this
Like
is very pleasant.
I think especially for you, it's very nice. Having such a strong connection with plants, all of the herbalness and the naturality of this, it tastes delicious. You know those
And you
I don't know what they're actually called, but there are some, like, roots that whenever you squeeze or twist them, there's sort of like the milky water that comes out of it.
Oh,
It's basically like that has been put into a glass.
And you said that there was milk with pulp?
Yes, you can get it with pulp if you ask Emmett.
What is
Sir
the
Emmett, can I have one with pulp?
You hear the creaking of stone or the scraping of stone as his head turns towards you, and then he, like, looks down and nods, and he starts walking slowly, doom, 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 back towards the kitchen.
We mustn't waste any of this. We will need all of the calories for the trials ahead.
What
Yes.
What is the
I want
pulp?
another onion milk.
You wait for Emmett to return. What were you gonna say, Will?
What is the pulp? Is it
Well, the
onion or is it milk?
Yes, the pulp
Oh.
comes from the Oddish, but fear not, it's not harmful at all. It's more the waste that comes from the insides of it. You see, there are no teats on an Oddish.
Oh.
No.
All right.
No, stop this.
You sort of...
Anyways, moving on.
Mm.
Moving swiftly along. Please.
How the fuck you milk an onion? Ain't got no titties.
They're on his feet.
No. Just every step.
Things I learned I hated today. That.
Clary
man.
also takes a sip of the onion milk for science.
Do you think Clary is a big tea drinker?
She's a coffee person more than
Coffee
tea.
person. Okay. Then it may not be for you, but it's not bad. It's less that it is bad and more just personal preference. But you can't deny that it's not refreshing, nonetheless.
Okay.
How long have we spent describing the flavor and textural profile of onion milk?
We've been streaming for 30 minutes, and I think at least 10 of those has been onion milk.
It was very
Hell yeah.
um, after Emmett leaves the room, Casper says, "Yes, you will need all of the calories you can muster. I hope that the trials ahead test you to your furthest abilities, and perhaps that old codger is wrong about you 5."
Rude, but okay.
You see, I don't believe that there is some prophecy to be withheld. You see, seeing the future is dangerous work. If you speak it into existence, it's likely that it won't happen. He's relying on 5 people who don't seem to know anything about anything, let alone about themselves or how to save the world. And Gigi looks over to Casper and says, "You say one more word about my grandkids, and I'll see that pot broken, Casper." And you hear like a deep rumble come from his end of the table.
I'm just gonna look over and go, ho, 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 ho.
You sound like you have first-hand experience with the gift of prophecy.
He looks over, and he says, "What do you think comes after death, Cassandra?"
Well,
We get philosophical.
multiple cultures have different concepts of
They're
an
all wrong.
afterlife and reincarnation. Oh, okay.
Oh, he's a ghost type.
What happens next is unimaginable. It's impossible to describe. I am both here and not here at the same time. Some say that ghosts are born from the death of individuals, and it's further from the truth. No one has a soul, you see. We just have imprints of ourselves on the timeline, and some higher power decides that we deserve the gift of unlife. It is a hell and a blessing.
Dude, I think you need to get off Reddit.
He looks over across the spread and says, "Enjoy your meal, and may it be your last." And he sinks back into the table.
Oh.
This guy is a little sunshine.
I don't know why he's so grumpy. He's gonna have to deal with us whether we. He's gonna have to deal with us the whole time, so might as well try and be friendly. But then I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, ignore Casper. He's never been too good at this whole butler thing. Even whenever Arturo was around, Casper, he was never quite an obedient Pokemon.
So you all were around when Arturo was.
He looks to you and he smiles and he says, "Well, Emmett in there, he's a ghost just like Casper. Casper's a ghost too. Ghosts can't die. We were all once Arturo's Pokemon."
Man,
Oh.
Yes,
that's a long time to be around.
I think.
Dragon.
Yeah, it's not too long. I only told you I was waiting for 800. I'm closer to 10. He says, "I think the centuries have just left Casper bitter. Pay him no mind. You'll be fine."
Fair.
All right.
Turn back and kind of happily munch on my food. It's like, man, Casper's a little cranky, but at least Emmett can cook some pretty good grub.
Right? Have you ever heard of loaded mashed potatoes before?
Okay, I just point my utensil and it's like smile on my face is like, don't get me started.
He sort of nudges a large bowl on his side of the table and he's like, "Try some. It's got cheese, it's got cream, and it's got oinkalone bacon."
Where did you get the dairy for the cream and the cheese?
Oh, the same Tauros that we made that roast beef from, I'm sure. You'll have to ask Casper.
Oh,
Well,
I mean,
that's
it's not an onion.
No, there's onions in there.
Oh.
But fear not, they're not oddish. They're real onions.
We simply can't escape the onions, I see.
They're delicious. Wait till you try the quiche. He goes back to gobbling up his food.
Ultimately, I was just like, I'm 100% with you. We need to save the world and get back, but I think I'm gonna have fun here.
You see a small smile cross Gigi's face. His long whiskers past his long mustache past his mouth sort of curls up as he does. And he looks across the table, and you see this look on his face. One that it's almost as if his guard is let down. Could everyone roll me an insight check?
Oh,
Insight.
Or intuition, I think.
insight.
Intuition.
You said. Intuition. You said.
Intuition.
9. As in, I got a 9. No.
18.
Oh man.
6.
Yeah, Cassandra's reading people.
Ha 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 ha.
Or Pokemon.
What? Oh,
Oh.
he's locked in. Your intuition
I'm
is
really
pathetic.
into this milk, my guy.
That's a
It's pretty good.
Yeah, Abner, Clary, and Magnolia. The three of you are pretty focused in on your food, but Will and especially Cassie, the two of you look to Gigi, and you see this look on his face as he sort of glazes over each of you and passes over each of you from the table. And you see this look of fulfillment. Like you recognize that look as a peace and a happiness that he's experiencing, where you sort of come to this realization that this Pokemon who has the ability to think for himself, has the ability to speak and convey his emotions and his thoughts, has been alone in a house for 8 centuries. And he's finally in a situation where there are people around again. And there was something that he said earlier that caught on, is that he referred to all of you as his grandkids. And it seems like you recognize that he has already adopted you, whether you knew it or not.
Oh.
Pop, pop.
So you continue eating. You finish up your dinner, and before dinner's over, Emmett returns with a large pitcher of like this greenish milk, and pours you each a glass. Who wanted some? This is with pulp, and it's imagine sort of like have you ever had nata de coco in a milk
Yes.
tea? It's like that coconut gelatin that's inside, or like a boba but thinner, and so it's you have like a boba milk tea, but it's onion flavored.
All natural.
All natural onion boba.
The shallots. They just put shallots in the milk tea.
As
I
dinner
think
winds down.
We should have.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think we should have an in-person episode so that I can force everyone else to endure this. I will boil onions in milk.
Oh. Juiced the onions. So towards the end of dinner, you have Emmett return, and he places down several pie tins. Like instead of the aluminum ones, they're smooth baking pie tins. They've seen weather to them. You can see that they're tarnished in places, but they've been well preserved, well scrubbed and cleaned. And he places them down, and you see that there is a quiche before you. In the quiche is mixed in greenery and chunks of something blue. And then Emmett, he produces this small bowl, wooden bowl, and he grabs with his big finger and thumb and sprinkles it onto the quiche, onto each quiche down the table, and then doom, 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 back to the kitchen.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna dig in. I'm not even gonna finish eating the food that was already in my mouth. Like, there's more food in front of me. I'm going to continue.
One second.
Likewise.
We got a bot getting them out of there.
Oh,
Aw.
got a bot in the channel. Be gone, robot.
Get the fuck out of here, clinker.
Ah.
Thank you. So after your after these tins are set down before you, you see that Gigi is actually taking his time with this one. Whereas before he wasn't even using his paws or his claws. He was just putting his face down on his plate and eating or knocking back the drinks. You see that he actually takes the time to grab a small 3-pronged fork and eat the quiche one bite at a time. And
I'm gonna do the same thing.
each bite you see him like get this big smile on his face, and you could tell that he's thoroughly enjoying his food. You taste it, and it doesn't taste any different than any other quiche that you've had. Maybe with a little bit more of a sweetness to it, as you can tell that there is some sort of berry that has been put into it. But it doesn't taste anything out of this world for you.
I'm just gonna frown.
You see that Gigi, as he takes his third bite, he just simply sets his fork down, and you hear the periodic dripping of water coming from his side of the table.
How are the other Pokemon reacting to the quiche?
Your Pokemon are quite enjoying it. I mean, they don't seem to be like mind blown or grossed out or anything. Maybe Thumper might be a little off put, being a bird and all.
I was about to say, it's like making the bird eat egg. I probably just took a little bit of his quiche and gave him another potato or something. It's like,
But everybody else, like
can
Jack
birds eat
has.
potato? I don't know.
Jack is like taking his claw and just scooping into the quiche and eating it off of his claws. Leo is eating like a cat does, so like that, almost like jerking his head forward every now and then to keep chomping down on it. You see that Styx is just like face in the bowl and just scarfing it down.
That's
And
my boy.
Lol.
Tonka is taking her hammer. She has done this to everything that you have eaten so far. She takes her hammer and just smashes it flat and then just scoops it up and eats it.
Nods in approval.
But yeah, for the rest of you, it tastes normal. You don't really understand what he was talking about with it, but he seems to be having a strong reaction to it, to say the least.
You said there was dripping water over there?
Yeah, it's just periodic. You'll hear like a drop hit the table.
Oh, is he
Is he
drooling?
salivating?
He is not. No. You see him. You see his bottom lip is actually quivering upon closer inspection, and Gigi is crying.
Oh,
Gigi,
What?
are you okay?
Oh, I'm just fine. I just missed the quiche so much. You know, the last time I had it was when Arturo was around.
Ooh.
Memories.
Yeah, it like I said, it tastes like home.
I'm gonna start taking more bites of the quiche and no longer be frowning at it.
You can tell that after closer inspection, whenever you're tasting it, actually, let's do a roll for this pretty simple task. Why don't you roll me a general education? I just need you to get me like a 3. 15. Yeah.
God
I
damn.
know
Oh, man.
that.
You tell right away that all that was sprinkled on top of the quiche was salt.
Oh.
It is just a quiche. That's all it is. It's a quiche that has what tastes kind of like spinach or kale, like a leafy green, and chunks of maybe an orange berry, a mild sweet berry, and then a sprinkling of salt along the top, and that's all it is. It's a very, very simple dish, but you could tell that it means a lot to Gigi. He begins eating again, realizing that you guys saw him crying, and he is going to finish off the rest of his quiche.
I'm gonna eat the rest of mine too.
What if I cried? How could you do this?
Well,
What if I bawled my little eyes out?
perhaps it's time to rest. I'm sure that everything has taken quite a toll on you. We could get rested up and then first thing tomorrow, set out.
Sounds good to me.
Around this time, the sun is setting, so it's sunset. It's not completely dark. It's a little past golden hour, I would say. Is there anything that you guys want to do? You're still at the table. You could eat more. You could talk about whatever you want. Go exploring, or just head to bed. What would you like to do?
I imagine Will's kind of curious. He's kind of look around and be like, "So, how are we all doing? It's kind of been a lot."
Awful.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think I'm
coming
prepared.
here was terrifying.
It is. It's definitely out of the ordinary.
I think we're managing as well as can be expected, considering the circumstances.
For sure. I kind of like, how about you, Abner?
This is definitely odd.
For sure.
Maybe we'll all fall asleep and wake up, and it'll all just have been a dream.
Well, that's
I
ridiculous.
will immediately look at Styx and hold Styx very close to me and just like give him a little kiss on the forehead.
What are you gonna say, Claire?
If it is a dream.
I think it's statistically impossible that we're all having the same exact dream at the same time.
Well, it could be one of those dreams that tells us something that we need to know before it happens.
Possibly.
I don't think so, but if you want to believe that, feel free.
I don't think so either, because I'm pretty real, I think. Cassie, Billy, Maggie, Clary, Abby. The 5 of you are going to be just fine, don't worry. Just get yourself some rest, and tomorrow we could go into town. I'm sure things will feel a bit more normal for you then. You got some money, You could buy yourself something nice, like a treat or something, and we have to go talk to the king so we could learn about your prophecy in more detail, patch up all the missing parts of my memory.
There's a good possibility that as soon as we are well rested and no longer delirious from the, what feels like 24 hours that we've been slaving away at trying to get here, it will actually feel quite a bit less normal. I've been adjusting to this far easier than I probably should have.
That's a great point. And not to stress you out, but I just came to a realization. I don't
Huh?
think that king is 800 years old.
Oh,
Right?
Well, I'm sure it's fine.
You were giving us information on the current king, right? Not the king from when... Oh, no.
Well, I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
That makes some wrinkles and things.
Good night, Gigi.
Good night.
Good
He
night.
he goes around the table and he gives you all a big old grandpa kiss on the head.
Oh.
And then
You
he-
don't have to. Okay.
he goes and he lays on the big rug in front of the door.
Abner's bald head.
Suction cup noise.
Ah.
My grandpa, who's kind of like a dog, but also like a lizard.
He pulls off his
Man.
mask and he's a real guy. He's
Oh, no!
Dramatic music.
It's considerably more creepy if he's doing this as just a normal person.
the movie Good Boy.
No,
Ah!
no.
No.
He's he goes and he lays in his spot, and the moment his body curls up and he lays down, you just hear the snoring coming from the front door. Emmett comes back in, doom, 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 and he sets down a large platter, and each one has a small, shallow bowl with a liquid in it, and he places one each in front of you. And then he takes his platter and he starts walking back towards the kitchen.
What's this?
Someone in
Let's
chat said
investigate.
the new isekai. My grandpa died, but he was resurrected into a half dog, half lizard that gives me the sloppiest forehead kisses.
Banned. Banned.
No, let's hear him out.
No.
Okay.
I've seen crazier isekai titles, so
So the bowls that you're given are very cold, and there's like a clear-ish liquid. It's pink, kinda, like it's been tinted pink, but it kind of just looks like maybe a soup broth, and the bowl is very cold, like it just came out of an ice box.
What does it smell like?
It smells flowery.
Pokes around at it.
It's just water.
Gulp.
You drink it, and it is like a sweet rose water to finish off your dinner.
Oh,
there we go.
I'm gonna drink like 50% of mine, and then I'm gonna like have Sticks drink the rest of it.
Okay. So each of your Pokemon did also get one. So it's like by the time you've drank half, you see that like he already had his face in his bowl, and you just drink half, and you just set it down next to his, and he just moves his head from one bowl to the other, and you see it like a plant absorbing water.
That's
gotta
perfect.
stay hydrated.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
He a thirsty little guy.
Stands up on two legs and flexes like Popeye. You guys finish up your dinner. You finish your dessert. Is there anything that you talk about before wandering off to bed?
If nobody else is, I'm gonna be like, hey, guys, we have come a long way, and I don't know what's happening, but I think that what's important is we stick together.
For sure.
That's a fair assessment. Survival is much more difficult alone. Oh, he's is he kicking his feet? Oh, he's dreaming.
Huh.
That's I don't know if that's cute or not.
Adorable.
The
You know, I
blockchain.
think
No,
Oh,
it cannot.
well,
be.
I'm disturbed. I think I'm going to bed.
Clary gets up and leaves the table, leaving the four of you and your Pokemon sitting around the table. Leo gets up the stairs before you, not in a way that's like running to get ahead of you, but almost in a way that I'm fast walking to prove that I'm faster than you, sort of way.
He does
and-
that cat thing where he stops directly in front of your face.
You trip, fall back down the
Yes.
stairs. You and Leo make it up to your room and start to get settled. At the table, does anybody else depart?
I'm gonna
wanna
pick
take-
up sticks and I'm gonna walk out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'll probably follow right behind.
Yeah, it looks like we're all going to bed. Sorry,
bedtime.
Abner. I am before actually like falling asleep. I'm gonna head to my room, but I'm gonna start to attend to the task that Dragonblood gave me before we got into the situation of noting down all of the Pokemon that I see.
Oh, okay. And Abner, you're still down at the table. You see that Tonka is taking forever to finish her rose water because she is just hitting the bottom of the bowl with her hammer and splashing it everywhere. And then she sort of puts her hammer to the ice and then like scrapes off the ice and eats it like chips.
He's just gonna watch them do this for a little while. Just, I mean, how deep is this little
It's- It's not deep at all. It's like maybe an inch and a half deep, but it's like one of those wide, fancy soup dishes, like you'd eat gazpacho out of.
eating a fish tank's worth of a drink with a Q-tip?
Yeah, she's straight up just like playing in it at this point. You can tell that she doesn't actually like it all that much in a way that's like, I need to finish this, and it's more just the act of making the mess and then eating it.
Is the butler still around?
He's sunk into the table. You could probably call for him.
I just want to know if he's just here silently watching this.
You can
Just
assume
like-
that he is always silently watching, but you do not see him now.
Okay. Abner's gonna let this go on for a couple more seconds. Then he's gonna try and like gently stop them from bludgeoning this
They get-
table.
You see that they get carried away after a moment, and like one of their hammer swings is just like repeatedly, so it's just doom, 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 and you like have to hold their arm for a second, and they start breathing heavy because they got stopped.
Tonka, please, Tonka, please. Left hand anger.
She like grabs some of it and like starts chewing on ice with her mouth open. So she's like, and then she hops down out of her chair and starts dragging her hammer behind her as she starts walking back towards the stairs.
Dude, why are
What's-
all of these Pokemon such menaces?
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. My little guy is perfectly happy.
He's a hungry boy.
Styx
You are
has to do
really
big
He's a hungry
steppies.
boy.
Reinforcing their behavior.
Styx has to do big steppies because he's got the booties on. So he's walking awkward like a dog does.
I'm gonna look to see if he wants them off, and like go down to like take one off of his feet. Does he like look like he's like he doesn't care, or does he want them on?
He doesn't look like he cares all too much. He just sort of like, as you reach down to grab his hand, he starts thinking for a moment, and you see the cogs turning, and then he picks his hand up to show it to you.
I'm gonna like take off the booty and massage his little foot and then put the booty back on, and then I'm just gonna pick him up completely and just like waddle my way over to my room. And I say waddle because I imagine that I can't really
Heavy.
lift him very easily. Yeah,
Evilly.
Very evilly.
evilly. I can't lift him evilly. I have to do it with a good.
Good and honest heart.
All right, each of
Yep.
you have made it back to your rooms. Is there anything you do as sort of a ritual before bed? Anything you want to do personally? I know that Cassie is working on cataloging the Pokemon that have been seen. Do you also catalog like how Pokemon are used as food here as well?
Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah. In my own personal notes, because I have a separate section that's just like, oh, I was assigned this, I'm gonna finish this. In my personal notes, I'm taking. This is obviously a great opportunity to see an ancient culture firsthand. So I'm taking down as many notes as I can of things that I might not be able to tell from rubble and ruin.
Oh yeah. You start taking down notes. You top of the list, onion milk.
With salt? Question mark?
With-
Question mark?
Yeah. And then take note about how Tauros is used as roast beef. That's a common practice for you ahead of time as well. But the unique thing was the Espathra eggs, the deviled eggs. Not quite used to that one before, and they had a bit of an odd flavor. There was sort of like a mouth tingle that came over you, like whenever you eat something pretty sour, like key lime pie or something, and you get a little bit of like the tenseness in your jaw. That's how it was eating those deviled eggs, and maybe a little bit of like the staticky feeling on your tongue as well. You had the quiche, which had, you had the loaded mashed potatoes, which had the cheese and the cream that came from the same Tauros. So you know that this is a culture that uses many parts of the animal as well, and the rest of the meal was not really identifiable as coming from a particular Pokemon. But you know that quiche is made of eggs, so it came from somewhere. It did not have the same sensation that the Espathra eggs did, so you assume that they did not come from the same animal. Anybody else in your rooms, is there anything that you would like to do?
So, in my room, is there any like oil, like coconut oil or any like berry oil?
I don't know. I would say, I'm going to say no, just for the sake of letting you find some in town to get some.
Okay.
I'm going to say the
Well,
room was
then
furnished, but you don't have like amenities.
Gotcha. Then I'm gonna take a pillow that's on my bed and I'm going to like put it in the center and I'm just gonna kind of punch the middle of it to make like a little dent. And then I'm gonna put my Turtwig in the little bed, in the little pillow bed. And I'm gonna crawl into bed with my sticks and we're gonna go to sleep.
You had another. You could make a Turtwitch.
How about you, Abner? Are you doing anything in your room?
Yes. Abner is gonna spend a not inconsequential amount of time trying to figure out what these things in his limbs are now.
You can't seem to remove them at all. And anytime you try to pull on them, they sort of pull the skin with it, as if they're embedded in you. You can also feel like sort of a it's such a cringing feeling for you because whenever you move one of these gemstones, it also causes this grinding on the bone where it's set over. So like the one in your shoulder, you could feel it at that joint where your arm connects to the shoulder, that grinding of bone on bone or something pushing against the bone. And it makes you immediately want to stop messing with it just because it's so overwhelming. But yeah, you don't quite identify them. You look in a mirror or a pool of water that's in a dish or a vase, and you see the reflection. And as you're examining them, they look more metallic in coloration, but they're see-through like a gemstone. They are golden, as I had mentioned before.
Mm,
Could you roll me a knowledge of occult education?
yep. Oh.
You have no idea what they are. You just recognize them as gemstones.
Oh. A rough time for old Abner.
Is Will doing anything?
Probably nothing crazy. Just a few stretches for bed, just general night routine stuff.
Will seems to be enjoying his trip.
I think it's less enjoying, but it's more just, I don't know, without getting too much backstory stuff. The whole like, okay, ripped away from one place. This is my life now. It's not necessarily near the guy, so it's kind of just, well, we're doing this now, I guess.
Fair.
So it's not really, I wouldn't say enjoying it, but it's more just go with the flow, kind of make the best of the situation you got, kind of thing. Because I don't know, if one person starts freaking out, then it leads to another, and then another. So it's like, just kind of play it cool, kind of roll with it.
Gotcha. Okay. So ultimately, he just he's actually going to bed. He's chill and gonna rest up.
Yeah, he's going to bed, kind of just, if not relax, and kind of just say, all right, we'll go to bed, we'll wake up, and we'll figure out what to do tomorrow.
Okay. You hear or Clary, do you have anything that you would like to do?
Clary is so used to kind of just staying up late for her research that she's not quite ready for actual sleep yet. So she's mostly just kind of observing Leo as he meanders about the room, pondering how exactly a Pokemon like this could have existed in medieval times.
Gotcha. Okay. Why don't you roll me a Pokemon education check, and we'll see how much information maybe you could put together with your own research that you've done and what you know about aquatic animals.
Okay. 8.
An 8. You almost wonder if this is just a regional variant. You had already thought about this before, if it's just a regional variant of Litten. And you came to that conclusion pretty quickly, but you wonder what region this Pokemon could belong to, because it's not registered in any of the modern day Pokedexes. But aside from that, you're not quite sure. So perhaps this Pokemon, with its tropical colors, maybe it is an oceanic fish exclusively and isn't actually bound to a particular region, and it just stays in the ocean, an area which hasn't been explored before. Or another possibility is just that this Pokemon is a shiny and it's unique. Maybe there aren't more of this Pokemon. More research would need to be conducted, that for sure. Okay. As you all settle in, you you blow out your candles, and as you're laying down, you hear doom, 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 and you recognize Emmett's footsteps. As he walks down the hall, you can see, if you look over and roll over towards your door, you can see like a candlelight moving down the hallway as he does his rounds. And before you know it, you are all drifting off, heading back to sleep. And the morning arrives. Your rooms don't have curtains, so the sunlight comes right through the glass windows that you have, and shines in the perfect beams that rest down on the floor of your rooms. It stayed quite cool in your rooms. You didn't get too warm. It was very comfortable, and you hear the shuffling of Gigi outside. And he calls out to all of you, "Wakey, wakey! It's time to start our trip to King's Watch."
I'll probably wake up, crack my eyes open, and it's like, so much for the dream idea. And kind of roll out of bed, do my usual morning routine, morning stretches, and then out the door we go.
Can I wake up a little bit early in order to pretend to sword fight with a candlestick with Jack?
Sure.
We're training. It's very important.
Speaking of which, if you wanted to use your training yard before you leave, you totally could.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I do.
We will roleplay out this one since this is the first time. But yeah. So part of a long rest, anytime you perform a long rest, you can also do experience training. At this, at your keep, you have a specific area dedicated to training. So if you decide to do your training at the keep, you're going to get an additional experience buff. If you do it anywhere else, you're just going to get the standard rules. What comes with it is all of you were given a feature at character creation that is a type of training. So you can see them going off in the chat. Abner has agility training. Will has inspired training. These training features last for the whole day. So whatever you chose is going to apply to your partner Pokemon. For Abner, for example, Tonka is going to get the Agile effect, which gains a +1 to movement capabilities and +4 to initiative. So Tonka can move one extra square and gets a +4 whenever initiative is taken into account, and that lasts for the rest of the day. Thumper is going to get a +1 to evasion and +2 to saves, and Jack will get an increase critical hit and effect range of +1. So crits are on 19 and 20 instead of just 20, as well as effect range like flinch and poison and burn will go down by 1 for Jack. So the way that we are going to calculate experience, let me grab that. It's based on your command skill. Now the command skill that you've got is going to be. Could everyone tell me what your rank is in command on your character sheets? Like what the number is?
Will's is 2.
Mine is also 2.
Yep,
Mine is
that's
3.
2. Oh.
Don't worry about that.
How about you, Clary?
Where is this? Oh, I found it. Command.
Yep.
2. Yeah.
2. Okay. So everybody but Cassie is going to be able to. You can train up to 2 Pokemon, which in your cases you only have the 1, so you can apply this. Pokemon that have experience training applied to them gain experience equal to half their own level, plus a bonus based on their trainer's command rank. So all of you do not have a bonus for your command rank except for Cassie. Cassie, you have a +5. So your Pokemon will gain half their level +5 because you're at the keep, and Cassie, you'll have an additional 5. So I believe all of your Pokemon are level 10. Yeah. So all of you get 10 experience on your Pokemon.
Woo.
Let me
Hell yeah.
grab the table because I think, yeah, all of you guys, if you could set your experience to 100 on that.
Okay.
Instead of 110?
Well, it's out of 110 is what it currently is.
Okay, so instead of 10, we put 100.
Yes.
Cool.
Instant level up.
And then for Jack, it'll be 105 since you had the bonus 5.
Ah, okay. Okay. Understood.
Yeah, so you'll still be level 10. You're 5 experience away from leveling up.
Would you like for me to wait to ask a question about a edge that I have, or
No, go ahead.
the groomer edge that I have?
Okay.
Does that apply right now, or will it apply at a later time?
So let's put this in chat. You know how to effectively groom your Pokemon with access to a groomer's kit. Do you have a groomer's kit in your inventory?
Oh, ignore that.
No.
You
I
do
clicked the thing.
not. So it will not apply right now, but it will whenever you make it into town and can get access to a groomer's kit. Whenever that would happen, it says you can use your general education or Pokemon education instead of command. So you would get the bonus in these instances, but you need access to a groomer's kit. So you've got to go into town and get yourself one in order to activate that edge. Speaking of trainer edges, during long rest, whenever you're doing the experience training, you can also give your Pokemon Poke Edges. So right now, your Pokemon have no edges on them, but they do have points. They've got tutor points. If you scroll down to where their ability is, you can see the section that says edges and remaining tutor points, bonus tutor points, and max tutor points. So all of your Pokemon should have 3 to start off with.
Mhm.
And in the rule book, there is on section. It's on page 204. You have Poke Edges. You can spend 1 tutor point to buy one of these Poke Edges during a long rest and put them onto your Pokemon. So there's one like we've got. This is just an easy one. Skill improvement. Rank up 1 skill that is currently at or below its default level for the species. This edge may be taken multiple times, each time selecting a different skill. So in this case, if one of your Pokemon has a 0 in something, you could give skill improvement, so now they have that skill. If you wanted it to be better than what it is, you could also give them that. Like if you wanted to up their combat so their struggle attacks are stronger or something, you could do that as well. But there's also another one, attack conflict. You know how we have to deal with the base relation rule, where like your highest has to remain your highest, second highest has to remain second highest, and so on. You can use attack conflict as a Poke Edge, and you can choose either attack or special attack. And from then on, after you've taken this, you don't have to worry about that stat when calculating base relation. You can just level it up as much as you want, regardless of where it's at for the rest of the Pokemon. But yeah, you guys can look through that. There's not a whole lot you can get this early in. Most of it has like prerequisites of level 15 or 20 on your Pokemon, which you'll get more later. These tutor points are also used for TMs. So if you get a TM, you can apply it to your Pokemon during a long rest for that too.
Nice.
Okay. You've woken up. You've taken your hour to train. You're out here on the field. Just to sort of brief over this sort of connection, because this is your first time that you're really using these Pokemon in a scenario where you would be training them. as Pokemon trainers. How do you go about that, and what move do you think you're trying to push your Pokemon to master?
Will's probably working with old Thumper on Peck, and I don't know. I don't expect this to translate to anything on Will's side, but also try and kind of get used to the whole I can kind of fly now thing.
Mm-hmm.
So almost using it as like like grabbing some like spare plates and like Will kind of floating around, hopping around, holding onto them, having Thumper kind of aim for him.
Nice. Okay.
So like get a mix of control for the floating and actually figuring out how good this thing's aim is.
Yeah, he's pinpoint accurate. Like
Hell yeah.
throwing a bullseye on a dart every single time. Each time you throw up a plate, the beak perfectly pierces it. And it just sort of shatters this clay piece, almost like skeet shooting, and you blow up the clay pigeon. And Thumper is, like I said, pinpoint accurate whenever you're doing this.
Spur's got a keen eye on him.
Haha. How's everybody else training their Pokemon?
It's just underneath the Poke edges that we're allowed to use, right?
Yes. You're talking about adding
Okay.
to your Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not working on a specific move.
Okay.
It's like I said, where it's almost a pretend sword fight, where we're both taking turns, sort of testing each other's defenses and reflexes and dodging.
Hell yeah. How about you, Clary? This is also an opportunity for you to try out some of your cool new powers you got.
Oh, true. Yeah, I guess pretty much just testing that out to see what's the extent of what I can do, and also just to see what abilities Leo is capable of himself, not necessarily training anything specific.
Okay. So for the rest of you, since the rest of you have done something sort of mundane. I wouldn't say so much with Will, but with Will, you've seen him like jumping around and flying, and his hair is constantly up. He had already told you about his power of flight and showed it off to you. But what you see with Clary is that she seems to be and I'm going to let you have this opportunity here, Vanessa. Do you think that Clary would be sort of casting these like spells like innately, where she has like a spell tome or something and is reciting maybe steps or something to cast it like a spell? Or do you think she's doing this sort of in a waterbender sense?
I think it's probably more of a waterbender sense, but I don't think it would come very easily to her at first.
Okay. Yeah, so you see her, the rest of you see her sort of struggling or very focused with what she's doing. And her and Leo, she's consistently giving Leo commands. He seems like he doesn't care all too much. And it isn't until you see Clary move her hands in such a way and a stream of water emerges from her with an aqua pulse, that you can see the powers that she has. Leo, in addition to that, he uses a water gun, almost trying to outpace Clary, but he can see that his water gun isn't anywhere close to the aqua pulse. And he just goes to grooming himself, acting like he didn't try to compete and lose.
She smirks at him.
How about you, Magnolia? How are you training with sticks?
Can I actually go outside?
You guys are outside.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. I guess I'm gonna be just sitting like underneath a tree and kind of be on like a dirt area, like
Yeah.
where there's not super amount of grass.
I guess I should re-describe it. So whenever you were shown to the training yard before, it is like a dirt patch, like a dirt rectangle, and you have like straw training dummies that are set up and archery targets.
Gotcha.
So it's like a medieval training thing, like where a barracks might be to train its knights.
Then I'm so sorry. I'll go kind of like over to a corner and have sticks with me, and I don't know what happened to me in that spooky cave where I was given water to drink. And so I look over at my friend and I'm just gonna be like, "Whoa." And I'm gonna try to do something myself to see if I could like wave some cool water around and see if I can do like cool little magical tricks like that.
Yeah, you start moving your hands, and it frustrates you at first that you can't do something like that, but as you sit and you focus, like wondering what it is, you move your hands in such a way that as you're mimicking, and you hear the tree that you sit beneath sort of shuffle at the same motion that you do, like a gust of wind was pushed through it. And you look up, you think for a moment, and you try again, and this time you see several leaves eject from the tree and fire off and stick into one of the training dummies as you use Razor Leaf.
I'm just gonna look, and like my mouth is just gonna be wide open and it's gonna start to curl into a smile, and then I'm gonna look down at Sticks and I'm gonna start squealing and like bouncing up and down, like, and just be really excited.
Six doesn't know why you are excited, but he is also excited for you now. So he's like
Sticks is
jumping
just
up in
here
place.
for me. He's like, I got you, Queen. It's okay.
How about Abner?
Abner has taken there's a kitchen in this establishment, isn't there?
There is, yes.
Would you say that they have a fine selection of stone bowls?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, he's taken one of those.
Okay.
And what he's done is he has sat down with Tonka and he has put 2 orange berries in the bowl.
Tonka, without instruction, goes over there and starts smashing them with a hammer. Just do 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 do.
This is good. This is what he wanted. As he's gonna try doing the thing that he tried yesterday by launching a line of powder snow in there to see if they could make like flavored
ice
powdered
cream?
snow. Damn
Yeah.
right.
So Tonka's like doon 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 doon, mashes up the orange berries, and you see that Tonka, after every so often, will put her paw in there and then like lick off the berries from her paw, and then you ice it, and she keeps like do 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 until you have like this swirling frozen like sherbet that you've got there, like a sorbet that you make with Tonka, and the two of you use that to start off your morning as breakfast. So after your training, Gigi approaches you again. He had taken off his hat and bolo tie to go to bed last night, but he has put it back on as he's dressed up. And he says, "Alrighty, it's time for us to head into town."
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm. Let's go. And he turns and just like starts doom 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 doom, yeah, walking off again, heading towards the front of the keep. And he waits and he says, "Emmett!" You see that Emmett doom 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 grabs hold of one of the iron rings for the door and just wrenches it open to let you all out. And as you exit, he sort of nods off in a direction to the north, and he says, King's Watch is that way.
All right.
Then I guess we're headed that way.
He steps off the path that leads up to the keep, and he just starts heading towards King's Watch. I guess it would be south. I'm so sorry. It's south as King's Watch. You start heading down through this meadow, very like knee-high grass, lots of flowers and things like that. And it's going to take you a few hours of travel, probably about 2 hours. So it's late morning at this point. Not quite noon, but it's late morning. And as you approach, you see this huge city. And you know that this is undisputably the capital, just by how large this location is. As you pass through its front gates, you see... Oh, 1 second. Okay. As you pass through its front gates, there's not there is security. You see that there are knights here, and your suspicions are, or what you were told before, it is held true. This is a medieval style city, and the people here are wearing plate armor. They're standing with swords, standing guard. There are horse Pokemon that are moving to and fro. Expert masonry of cool gray blue stones defines the perimeter of this enormous kingdom. The double-layered walls provide a level of fortification unseen in most architecture of modern times, and the parapets that line the walkways atop them are engraved with depictions of knights battling with dragons, groves of roses, and coats of arms representing the nobility, honor, and security of the city. Inside the walls, stone, brick, and mortar buildings with wood accents line the streets that follow the contour of the hilly area. Seated in the corners of intersections are flowering trees whose petals litter the edges of the curbed walkways. The singing of rookade from rooftops and clotheslines echoes melancholically beyond the louder rumble of the citizens of King's Watch. Rising above the 2- and 3-story homes and businesses in this city is the castle. Hailing long red banners on either side of a drawbridge, the banners include a golden outline of the regal Pokemon Serperior. The eye of Serperior on either side reflects the sunlight in such a way that the golden rays seem to ripple in the sky above, watching vigilantly at the horizon for any violators of peace. You are just inside the city. You can see that the main thoroughfare is going to lead you ahead towards the king's castle. Or you can stop and check out some of the shops of the town. What would you like to do?
Is there a weapons shop?
You can hear the tink, tink, tink of a blacksmith off somewhere. Something that perks up the ear of Tonka, almost like whenever a dog hears something interesting, as she sort of tilts her head to hear that as well.
I'll tell you right now, if she goes wandering off, I'm gonna have to follow.
You're gonna need to buy one of those, like, child leashes.
I don't think I have the actual strength to deny them. They're stronger than I am, I think.
Well, at least you'll know where they're going. Where you're going. With them.
So you start heading towards the direction of this blacksmith, and as you approach, you can see that there is this large forge that's surrounding or that's seated beneath this awning set for a building. The building is a 2-story building. You can see that one of the windows, the shutters are open up top, and there's a pie sitting on the sill atop. So you can tell that somebody lives in the upper story of this. And the outer area is a forge in an L shape. You can see the water bath for the irons. In the furnace is this red and black Pokemon that looks a little grumpy. It's got one single eye, and it's the way that the eye is seated on its face. It looks like it's maybe angry. Could you roll me a Pokemon education, Cassie?
Yippee! Yes. I gotta scroll all the way down, I'm sorry.
Also, if the audio from Kinku is loud for anybody, you can turn it down in the Discord chat.
You got 10.
You got a 10. With a 10, you can tell that this Pokemon is a Roly-Coly. They have it seated in the furnace and powering the forge. The large bellows blow on it, and you see it glow red hot, and then you hear a hiss of steam as it cools itself back down. There is a burly man standing there. He's wearing these black cloth pants, brown leather boots, and he has a gray shirt on with a smith's apron over the top. The top of his head sort of has like a vanilla swirl style haircut, and it is this like mint green with highlights of pink spread throughout. And he is hammering away at a piece of iron.
Authentic Pokemon aided forging techniques. Area appropriate methods. I have to get in there. Hail, sir. Do you have any weapons for sale?
Aye. What are you looking for?
Blades, swords, that sort of thing.
Do you have any experience with a blade, young lass like you?
Yes.
Roll me a guile check.
Fuck. Cassie seems like one of those people who has replica swords in her house.
It's just like, here's Cloud's Buster sword that I have mounted on the wall.
Oh.
You did your best.
Yeah, I have heard of a sword. I know of. I could. Yeah.
He says,
Like, I can sword.
well, if you're determined to get yourself a weapon for protection, then by all means, I'd sell it to you. But I do recommend you head down to the Order and have someone teach you how to use it. Wouldn't feel right just selling you something and allowing you to go off and get yourself hurt.
That's fair.
The Order of the Gilded Green will get you sorted right.
The Order?
So I have to go learn how to sword before you'll let me sword.
I'll give you a sword, but I want you to promise me you'll go train.
I promise.
Are you being honest?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I will train.
Okay. He's going to say, how about I offer you a short sword? Not too dangerous, but nothing that wouldn't help you out in a fight if you really needed it in a pinch.
I mean, it's better than nothing. How much is it?
It's going to cost you 1,200 Pokédollars. I forgot what my currency was called. They're not going to be dollars. Give me gold. That's what it was. It was gold coins. 1,200 gold.
Well, that's good. I don't have any dollars on me. I'm a college student. I'm in debt. Like,
He's
Understood.
like,
Efficiently.
what is college?
They have colleges. I might have to come back to you after I train some. That's. I mean, I could afford it, but that's a lot. It's fair. It's hand forged, but
All right. Well, if you need
if I
it,
break down and cry, if I break down in tears, will he ask me for less money?
roll me a charm check.
Oh no.
We're using
Man.
all of the fucking abilities that I suck at. Actually, I
Are you
think I
just-
have.
We're just watching this go down.
Yeah. All right, maybe down the street a little bit, but yeah, you see like Cassie just drop to her knees.
Bud.
He looks and he
That's-
says,
There's a minimum.
"Maybe it's for the best that I don't give you a blade. It doesn't look like you could quite handle yourself yet. But go test your metal at the Order of the Gilded Green, and if you get some sort of writ of approval from them, I'll sell you a weapon."
Okay. I will walk away, ashamed.
All right. How about
Failed.
everyone else? Where do you want to go?
I need a groomer kit and oil. I need
What are you
those
up
two
to
things.
there?
I didn't think about these words when I said them, okay?
You need a barrel
Okay.
full of baby oil?
Hey,
Mm,
hey, I am not Diddy. You calm down with that, okay?
Did he do
Got
it?
a groomer
Man.
kit.
Abner is going to pace himself beside Tonka as I imagine the sound of the clang of the anvil will draw their attention.
Yeah, they're like almost like hop skipping on their way over there. They're running like a from the side it would look like they're like a South Park character with how they're sort of like bouncing along the way. But the whole time they're dragging their hammer behind them.
Okay. He gonna follow along because he has to make sure that Tonka doesn't do anything that's gonna get them in trouble with the law.
So after a minute, Tonka will make it over towards the forge, and you'll see Cassie sort of walking away, distraught, hanging her head. And as you step past, you see Tonka is gonna grab hold of the edge of the forge and pull herself up to look over the edge, like a kid looking over the counter. And whenever she pulls over, she looks the roly-poly in the eye, and then just drops, like almost like she got jump scared. She looks around the corner of the forge towards the blacksmith, and she sort of stands back up, shrugs, and then walks back to you, Abner.
Looks down. Did you find what you were looking for?
She looks up to you and then shakes her head.
I'm just gonna take a look at this stand shop building.
The smith?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the setup look like?
It's the same that Cassie just came from, the one that I described. You've got sort of like that L-shaped forge. You've got the roly-poly that's in the forge, serving as the heat source, and it's connected to a 2-story building. There's a pie sitting on the windowsill on the 2nd story.
Do they have like display racks out filled with
Yeah,
stuff?
sure.
Or is it...
Yeah, they've got I'll say that they've got some war hammers. They have long swords and short swords, some spears.
Abner's gonna start browsing, gonna look interested in some of the pole arm stuff.
Okay. The smith wipes his brow and he's like, "Hello there, sir. Is there anything that I can help you with?"
Hi, I was just looking at these, and he's gonna shakily point to the spears.
Well, you have any experience with a polearm, sir?
Not exactly, no.
It's quite easy. Our people have been hunting like it for centuries. You just point the pointy end at whatever you want to stab, and what are you looking to buy?
Yeah.
How much?
It's gonna be 1,500 for a spear.
Oh. Could I get one that's not pointy for less?
A staff?
Yes.
Sorry, sir, I don't craft those.
Oh,
Focus on ironworking, steelworking.
okay.
I think we're bad at haggling.
How heavy is Tonga actually? I don't know how much they are. Okay, yeah, he's just gonna pick them up and walk away. He's not gonna spend all their money on a spear.
Can I
We
get
need
one that's less
supplies.
pointy?
Yes, can I get one that's
If I
less-
break down and cry, will you give it to me for cheaper?
Man.
Hold on, I just want to roll for it just to see what I would have gotten. What would the cry? Would that be a charm?
Yeah, sure.
I just want to see.
Worse. 1.
Man.
A cry on the inside.
Will, how about you? What do you want?
I'm kind of. Part of me is like I kind of want to know what exactly we need to do before we buy some stuff, but I'll kind of walk in and just see if he has like maybe like a small knife, just a little survival knife. Just
So you're also going to the blacksmith, or you want to go to a different store?
what other stores are around
Could you roll me a perception check?
that I can. 17. I see things.
17. You see that there, along the main thoroughfare, aside from this smithy, which is Raymond's Smithy, spelled Reimond, you can see Auntie Bunty's Bunsen Bakery, the Poke Monster Hunters Guild, and Al Nadzar's Alchemicals. You can also see that there is a Generald shop with the 2 P's and an E on the end. And there's a bookstore.
I'll go poke my head in just the general shop, just to see what's available.
Okay. You head into the general shop. It is a large store. It takes up both the first and second stories of this 3-story building. You will find most materials that you would need in the modern day, but it's fantasyized, you know. So you've got your potions, but they, instead of like being a spray, like a topical spray that you would be used to in modern day, it is a flask with a liquid inside that you would drink. There is rope that you could buy, various kits and things like that. They do sell rations and things of that sort, as well as crafting kits that you could use. There are repellents that you could buy, and I would say that that's about the extent of like medicinals that you could get, or just like repellents and the basic potions. If you wanted to, I'll say that there's also going to be a healer shop that you saw that would sell more advanced healing items outside of just those 2. There's things like a cooking set, chemistry set. There are the groomer's kit that that Magnolia needed. And aside from that, maybe some equipment like fancy clothes. There are. I'll leave it at that, as to not overwhelm. Just let me know what exactly you're looking for.
I gotcha. I don't think I'm looking to buy anything specific yet. Imagine Will's gonna kind of just wait to see what we actually need to do before I figure out, how I want to divvy up the monies.
Okay.
But I'm kind of just gonna glance around, see what's available.
Okay.
Get a lay of the land.
What about you, Clary or Maggie? What would you like?
Clary is gonna go to the bookstore.
Bookstore. Okay. So you head towards this. It's going to be at like a thin building that's in between two others, just sandwiched. No alley between the two. And the it's got like a chain sign that hangs out in the front. You'll see that all loaded up on the front, on the windows on both sides, stocked, filled with books, stacks of them, and not organized neatly on shelves or anything, just loads of books, piles of them throughout this place. And as you open up, you hear the shop bell ring as you step inside, and there are tall bookshelves on either side of you, these rows, and there's a space to walk in between, but you'd have to dodge some of the books. And then there's also a walkway on either side of that bookshelf that you would be navigating through as well. And you hear a voice, sort of hollow and like far away, come from the back of the shop. Welcome in. Welcome.
Clary ignores the voice completely and browses through the books. She's looking specifically for anything about the history of the region, anything about the state of like the nature or the maritime zones. So mostly scientific stuff.
Yeah. I would say that you would find such a book, maybe a history of King's Watch, something that is more of a story of the tale of its founding, the dynasty that is involved, just to give you a synopsis if you wanted more. I would say you probably would also find an herbs guide, a field manual of some kind to help you.
She finds both of those books and browses through them, quietly, looking kind of standoffish.
Okay. You hear the subtle footsteps of something approaching, and they're very small and light, from what you hear. And as you look up, you see this Pokemon approaching you, and it speaks to you. Is there anything I can help you with? You see this. She stands at about 4 feet tall. She has this yellow bug-like head, these 2 long antennae, and she has this dress made of leaves that has a high collar behind her. Can you roll me a Pokemon education check?
Yes. 1 second. Okay, that is 8.
8. I would say that you don't know much about this Pokemon, but you would at least recognize it as a Leavanny. She is in charge of this bookstore. she sort of has her hands crossed over, like whenever like tucked into sleeves almost. Um, and she gives you a slight smile. Her complexion is more of a paler yellow. You could tell she's an older Pokemon, but she says, "Is there anything I can help you with today?"
I stare at her for a second, and then scoff under my breath and just shake my head and say, "Oh no, no, thank you. I've found everything I need already."
She smiles and nods and sort of looks a bit shunted, but she just sort of stands there and waits for you to leave.
I look down back at the book and then realize she's still standing there. Glance back up at her, start to ignore her. Realize that's not making her leave, and then I clear my throat and say, um, "Is there anything else you needed from me?"
Well, were you planning on purchasing that book?
Mayhaps. I just wanted to skim through and see if it's of use to me. If that's all right, of course.
Sure thing. I'll be back up at the front counter if you need anything.
Okay. Thank you.
She sort of walks away, the soft footsteps tip tapping along the wooden floor, and she disappears behind the end cap of the bookshelf.
I make sure she's really gone, and then kind of shake my head to myself because I am, first off, not very used to people hanging around me, much less a Pokemon that can speak. So I finish going through the book, end up deciding to get the field guide for the herbs, and slowly go and approach the payment desk.
Okay. So you start heading back up towards the front counter, and she doesn't say anything further. As you approach, you bring it up to the front, and you wanted the field guide, so I will say this one as a mechanical bonus. You can either I'll tell you that this one is going to be more towards a survival check. So if you buy this book, as long as you have this book, and you just say, I use this, or I'm going to use this book. It says after a half hour of study, you can use one of your action points to gain the benefits of a book. And there are two ranks to this. You can either, for this one in particular, it would give you, let's see. You could use it to identify all tiny mushrooms, big mushrooms, and balm mushrooms you pick, as well as any herbs and berries. And whenever your Pokemon consume one of these mushrooms, they ignore the negative effects of the mushroom. If you had Adept Survival, you can create the Hearty Meal Chef recipe as an extended action, but only by using mushrooms as ingredients. Or you can do it as more of a medicine education, and help you find restorative herbs.
I'll do the medicine education.
Okay, so you'll take that one. That is going to cost you 1,000 gold for this book.
Okay. She hands it over without complaint.
Okay. Well, thank you. If there's
Crazy.
If there's anything else that I can help you with, please do let me know. I noticed that you have a Pokemon with you, and she sort of looks down at it and says it in a way that's not like dirty, but almost like a little intimidated that you have a Pokemon with you. She says, "Am I right to assume that you are its master?"
What? Oh. You mean Leo? I glance down at Leo and then back up and kind of shrug my shoulders a little bit and say it's a bit complicated.
All right. Well, many individuals who are masters of Pokemon take quite an interest in my collection of tomes that could help them learn new moves. If ever you find yourself in need, you could come back, and I do sell some for you.
I give her a small, polite smile and say, "Thank you, I will keep that in mind."
She nods and gives you a slight bow, like a curtsy, and allows you to leave. Vanessa, could you do me a favor and right-click the Kinkubot and turn it down just a little bit?
Whoa.
And then, okay. And over to Magnolia. Where are you heading out to?
Let's look for the grooming kit first.
Okay. That'll be in the general store.
Okay, then I will also go to the general store.
I'll say you went in with Will, and as you headed in, you see a lot of what was described to Will. You see the general trainer items, the basic potions, the repellents, the rope. You'll find some travel gear like camping supplies and things like that. And you will find a groomer's kit. A groomer's kit is 500 gold. Comes with like a pair of scissors, a brush, some other grooming supplies that would be helpful in sprucing up your sprig.
Then I'm gonna grab one and I'm gonna take it to the front and kind of plop down the gold.
You see this large, portly man. You get a big bulbous nose. He's wearing a vest, sort of orangish yellow hair, and a like a bowler hat almost. That's set atop the back of his head. And he says, "Is that all I can do for you?"
No, actually. Do you by any chance have oil?
Oil, like for lamps?
Plant-based?
Plant-based oil.
Yes, for like the body.
He sort of scratches his chin. I suppose any oil could be used for your body, but I would not recommend it, no.
I'm gonna sigh, and I'm just gonna put down the money and say this will be all. Thank you, sir.
But let's wait just a moment. How much would you be willing to pay for such an item like this?
I don't know. It kind of depends on what type of item.
Well, what are you wanting to use this for? You said use it on your body, but why?
I'm gonna hold up sticks and I'm gonna take off his little booty and show that he got like little wrinkly feet that are kind of dried out, and I'm trying to help him get his feet massaged.
Gross. Well, I could perhaps whip something up real fast that might be of use to you. You see, there are things that you could use within burners for incense and things like this, for fragrancing sticks to burn. I could mayhaps get something of such a caliber, and maybe for the low price of 100 gold, I could give you a vial.
Okay.
We have a deal. And he's going to head back behind the counter. There's like a curtained area that he heads back into. And as he does, you hear him like messing around with glass bottles and whatnot. You hear something being poured into a flask, and he returns with a slender vial of. You could tell that it's like oil and water, like it's been diluted in there. And he said, "There you are."
I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna smell it.
It smells like citrus berries.
Mm. And then, being who I am, I'm gonna take a tiny little drop and taste it.
It's bitter. It's sharp and bitter.
And then I'm gonna take like another little drop and I'm gonna rub it on my hand, on the back of my hand, and see what happens. Like, how does it feel? Does it feel nice? Does it feel slick?
Yeah.
Okay, rad. I'm gonna plop down 600 gold and I'm gonna take my things and leave.
He rubs his hands together. Why, thank you. Please return.
What is this
Man
guy's
probably just sold me like 5 gold's worth of something that's like super simple and I paid 100 for it.
You
It's
exit
okay.
the general store.
I know not
with,
better.
with Will. And as you enter the street, you all somehow end up reconvening, and you sort of like see Gigi standing there towards like a street corner, and he is at a like a small food vendor, and he is eating these confections. They are on a stick. They are tubular. And they come with an array of sauces that you can choose from.
I like sauce.
Hey, kids! You've got to come try one of these. They haven't had these before. I don't remember them, at least.
I'll jog
DM,
over.
are those corn dogs?
What did you say these were called, sir? They're corned dogs. Yeah, the corned dogs!
No. They corned a dog?
More
How
like,
did you do
I actually don't know what's in these. What's in these? And he's like, it's better if you don't know.
that? No.
Okay. And he continues eating his corn dogs. You see that beside Gigi, like in his paw, he's already holding 4 sticks, and he's holding a 5th in his right hand.
Yeah, okay, I'll take a corn dog.
He buys you each a corn dog.
Let's go.
You guys, of course, know what these are,
No.
so it's not new to you. But to him, it's sliced bread. And as you're enjoying your corned dog, what sauce do you get first? Before that's the important question.
What sauce do they have?
What sauce do you want?
Well, we'd like
They
to
have-
know all the options before you can really make a decision.
List every single sauce known to man
We have a ketchup.
right now.
Okay,
Lame.
We have a mustard,
okay,
Okay.
honey mustard,
okay,
Okay.
ranch,
okay,
spicy
Okay.
ranch,
okay,
Okay.
hot honey.
okay.
Okay.
And that's everything.
Wow. Well, sauce choices, huh?
Do you have mayonnaise?
What is mayonnaise?
Oh, okay.
Do they have rabuta berry sauce?
No, we don't have a Rabuta berry sauce.
Do you have relish?
We do have relish, yeah.
What?
Oh, okay.
It's not a sauce, so.
Hey, hang on. If there are other non-sauce toppings, I would really like to hear about those. I really want to be educated about my choices here.
Absolutely.
We have a triple berry compote,
Oh, okay.
a double berry compote,
Oh, okay.
a single berry
What
compote.
kind of berries are in the compotes?
There's
Yeah.
citrus and lum.
And
We have a relish.
Okay.
We have
Okay.
an onion cheese.
why?
Ew.
And that's everything.
What do you mean? What do you mean you have an onion?
Want to try the onion cheese.
He gives you a piece of parchment with your corned dog on top, and then onion cheese crumbles on top.
I'm gonna take a bite.
It's delicious.
I'm gonna be like, actually, this is really good.
As you're
One
enjoying
bite?
your food, you hear someone call out, "Come one, come all! It's time for our daily joust!" And there's this guy who has like the pauper's hat. He has like a rolled up piece of paper, so he's shouting out for it, and he is wearing brightly colored clothing. It's blues that are like a satin or suede, and like the big poofy hip pant thing that they wore, and tights that go all the way up. He is
I'm over there.
he
Can you please say hip pant one more time?
hip pant. He looks down at you, Cassie, and he shouts in your face. He says, "Are you here for a joust?"
To watch or to participate in?
A real challenger. If you think you could best the mighty Sir Dermot, feel free.
I mean,
Registrar is over there.
good.
Registrar.
Register.
Cassie, you should do it.
So
I'm doing it.
you head over,
support.
and as you get close to the register, as the group of you guys, you move over to follow Cassie. You hear the crowd like they're gasping, they're excited, they're like murmuring to each other, like, "Oh, it's him, it's Sir Dermot!" And you look over, and there is this person who is wearing he's wearing like this Heracross styled armor. It's blue plated all the way up, and it has the big horns that the rhinoceros beetle has, or the Hercules beetle has, and he is riding on the back of this tall Pokemon. But just the vision of him in this themed plate armor, it emits power and strength, and you just have like this feeling of reverence when you see him. As he holds himself in such a caliber. There's a charisma, and you can't even see his face. But he's riding on the back of this enormous Sawsbuck. This Sawsbuck that stands from ground to the top of his head, 7 feet tall, and that's not counting the antlers. But the knight rides on the back of this trusty steed, Sawsbuck. And he's sort of waving to everyone as he removes his helmet, and you hear several women in the crowd swoon as they see him. And he is incredibly handsome. You see the strong jawline, closely shaven, but his beard has started to grow back. It looks like maybe he shaved like either early this morning or yesterday, but you could still sort of see the shadow forming. There's a long scar that cuts over one of his jawline, or one side of his jaw, and you see that the scar goes deep down all the way and descends into his armor, so you can't see the end of it. So he has been cut from face, presumably across the chest. His hair is neatly cut. He has a little bit of helmet hair from taking it off. But he says, "I hope you all enjoy the joust today. We have brought in some of the greatest knights from all over the kingdom today. In addition, don't forget we're holding recruitment today for the Order of the Gilded Green. So if you wish to test your mettle, please sign up with the registrar, and we will see you in the arena." And you see the crowd sort of clap as Sir Dermot takes his Sawsbuck. He says, "Come on, Tower," and he rides the Sawsbuck into the arena.
Cassie sees all of this, and there's just like neuron activation. Only thought in her head, I'm going to be him. But he said the words. He said the words that the blacksmith said to me. I gotta go. My journey.
You quickly rush over to the registrar, and you do see that there is a section for the jousting tournament. There is a tournament set for today, and Sir Dermot is set to challenge whoever wins the joust, the entire tournament. He'll be your opponent. Or there is a recruitment sign-up sheet that shows you that you could be an apprentice and train underneath a knight before you are fully knighted. And that is in a different registry. This is open to all participants, or to all citizens of King's Watch.
Porque no los dos. So the registry for the joust is here, but there's a different registry somewhere else for the...
No, they're like side by side. There's like a piece of parchment that's dedicated to the jousting, and then there's another one that's the open recruitment.
Can I sign both?
You could, but you do look at the times, and you see that there would be an overlap. You can tell that there would be a high chance you likely wouldn't be able to do both. But you do know that this joust is a daily situation, so you could always come back. You also do not have a steed to enter the jousting tournament with.
Look at Jack.
He sort of like looks up to you.
I could be his steed, and he could... That's not gonna work.
Gigi sort of
Well,
like
I'll
saunters up. Are you thinking about signing up, Cassie?
Well, the blacksmith said that this was how I could learn to train with a sword. I want to be
Yes.
able to defend myself.
The Order of the Gilded Green's been around for a millennia. It's been around since King's Watch was founded. They train all the knights here in the kingdom. That's probably your best bet if you want to learn how to use a weapon. You know,
I would
they
very much like to learn how to use a weapon, yes.
they give out weapons and armor to anybody who signs up and actually becomes an apprentice. They give them stuff so they can actually go on their training.
For free?
For free. I think. They did before.
Fighting.
And he sort of like looks over to the registrar, and they sort of look at the both of you, and you can see that there's a lot of reactions to you guys walking around with these Pokemon. They don't, the people in the town don't really like that all that much. There are exceptions to it where
I asked.
where, for example, like Sir Dermot, who you've heard his name said several times now, where he is very, very respected. You saw the perception of him. So they trust him to have that Pokemon there, that Sawsbuck. They trust Tower because they trust Sir Dermot. But you're outsiders, and they do not know you. Even though there are Pokemon, for example, Clary, what you saw Leavanny who was able to speak. You don't really understand the culture behind it, but even the Leavanny was off-put by the fact that you had a Pokemon with you. It was a bit intimidating. And you sort of glean that the perception is that Pokemon who are not domesticated in a sense that they are livestock or a mount, or they're intelligent enough to have speech, they are perceived as dangers. They are perceived as monsters. You could even tell that because of the Pokemonsters Hunters Guild. So they go out to hunt these creatures. And so for you to just be walking around with these Pokemon in town, you're getting a lot of weird looks. And the registrar sort of looks at Gigi, doesn't seem off-put by Gigi because Gigi can talk, but looks at the rest of the five of you with your Pokemon partners and is a little concerned. Less so, you don't get too much of a look, Will, with the Pikipek. But you do for your own appearance with the way that the wind is moving you, and you seem to have this supernatural sense about you. The rest of you just look a tad odd. and they don't pay too much mind. But it's really the fact that you have Pokemon with you that is a problem.
Am I still green?
Yeah, I
You-
was about to
you-
say, is Magnolia not green?
You are like tinted green, but not in a way that couldn't be like, you're not like poison ivy green. You're like, oh, she could be sick green.
Oh, I just look like I have
Yeah.
Yana's, basically.
And
Okay.
Abner he is blue, but it's like a very, very pale icy blue.
So he just looks dead.
Okay, kind of. It's more like an icy blue instead of like dead. He doesn't look dead. He's just colored that way.
I look sick and you look cold.
And with Clary, there is like that hint of blue where it's like sort of a washed out. Your lips are blue, like maybe you're very cold. And you said that you'd covered up the gills are on like your neckline, so they're not really visible. But still, the thing that stands out the most is the Pokemon with you. That's the thing that they seem concerned about. It's like, oh, you just have that thing walking around.
Man,
They're wearing clothes. These little guys.
That's true. They are wearing clothes. I will say at least the registrar is still off put. There were varied reactions because you guys did dress them up, so they have some sense of civilization to them. But just based on that reaction, you could tell that the people in this area still view Pokemon as monsters. They don't see them as Pokemon partners.
interesting.
I am absolutely gonna register to be an apprentice.
Okay, you register to do the open enrollment. Does anybody else want to sign up? Gigi says, you should all do it. Why not?
Yeah.
Uh,
I'll
you-
kind of look around.
you
Look
sign
around
up-
and be like, yeah,
You-
if we get some if we don't have to buy any, weapons or armor or something, then it couldn't hurt.
He points
You know,
to
kind
to the sign up area, and like how there's sort of a posting for it that anyone who becomes an apprentice gets a 500 gold sign on payout. So they pay you if you are able to successfully become an apprentice.
I will write my name.
Clary also writes her name. upon seeing
All you have to
this.
say was
Likewise.
money.
That's all you had to say.
What about you, Abby?
Deep sigh, brown, signs.
You guys are gonna do fine. I'm sure you won't die, and I think that's where we will take our break.
You're absolutely losing limbs.
It'll be fine.
Hello again, everybody. We are back from our break for the Gradient League Ruin Edition. Where we left off before the break, the party had just signed up to participate in an open recruitment event for the Order of the Gilded Green, a circle of knights within King's Watch. They had just seen Sir Dermot the Knight in a Heracross armor mounted on the back of a Sawsbuck, and they rushed to, or Cassie rushed to sign up, while the others signed up once they heard that they'd get $500 and free stuff. Abner reluctantly signing up last, as he is seemingly intimidated by such an event. As you finish off the final quill stroke of your name, Abner, the registrar takes the sheet, rolls it up, and says, well, the five of you were our only participants for the day. We only had 5 slots to make sure that we had time for the jousting competition. So, you are up. Please proceed to the changing rooms to suit up for your first or for your challenge in the arena. And he
Wait, I thought
gest-
we were just signing up for the apprenticeship stuff.
Well, you are. We're only taking on 5 participants for the apprenticeship today to make room
Okay.
for the jousting competition.
Okay, sorry, I misunderstood. Continue.
Please proceed to the changing rooms to get fitted into your armor and choose your weaponry. Gestures off to the side, and there's an entranceway that leads you underneath the arena. There's a door that would take you in with a descending staircase. Is going to take you in that way. And as you descend down this pathway, going down the staircase, you level out into a large stone barracks, where there are armor racks and weapon racks alike. All along the sides, you see that arena hands are moving to and fro and carrying things. And there are various knights of the Order of the Gilded Green here. You could tell they have this crest on their shields that they carry. Some of them are carrying them on their back. Some have them on their arm. And some have the crest engraved onto their armor pieces. None of them have anything too fancy above like standard steel armor. Sir Dermot had that specialty set that he was wearing. There's not a whole lot of people with interesting armor sets down here, but there are individuals that have special weapons that they have with them. You'll see something that appears to be the long talon of a Charizard that has been like carved into the blade of a sword. There's still like the steel backing to the sword, but along the front is the keratin that would be part of a Charizard's talon that is incorporated into the blade. You can see other individuals have the charms of particular Pokemon embedded onto their weaponry. One such is the pommel of a knight's sword, looks like the gemstone from a spoink. But aside from that, no specialty armor here. That might be something of rank, or perhaps Sir Dermot earned that himself. But you have free reign to choose your weaponry and choose your armor. Now, from the rulebook, what we have, there are sets of armors that you can wear, of which we will start out. Just as a question, does anybody want armor? It seems like a dumb question because it's free, but you don't have to wear armor. You could wear something else if you wanted to. So I know that Cassie does. Cassie, do you want light or heavy armor?
Even though she's like 4'11" and 97 pounds, I'm gonna try and go for heavy armor.
Okay. You may add heavy armor to your inventory. Heavy armor grants 10 damage reduction, but it also causes your default speed combat stage to be -1.
Is there leather armor?
There is light armor that you could flavor as leather, yes.
I would be down for that, please.
Okay. Light armor, you may add it to your inventory. It grants 5 damage reduction.
How much was the damage reduction for heavy again?
10. There are also helmets you could take as well. The armor does not include a helmet.
Yes.
Okay. So you do want a helmet, Cassie?
Yeah.
Okay.
For free? Absolutely.
Add a helmet. The user gains 15 damage reduction against critical hits. You also resist the moves Headbutt and Zen Headbutt, and you can't be flinched by those moves. I will add the description to the chat for you. There you go. Anybody else want armor?
Yo.
I'll take
Okay.
some light armor.
Okay. Light armor, 5 damage reduction. Abner, what are you taking?
He will also take light armor.
Okay.
And a helmet.
All right.
Clary will also take light armor.
Light armor. And then as far as weaponry goes, does anybody want to simply use what their own character has, or do you want a physical weapon?
I'm definitely gonna need a physical weapon because I didn't get cool, awesome magic powers. I just got 20/20 vision.
I've never heard somebody be so upset that they don't need glasses anymore.
Oh no, not 20/20 vision. 20/20 is in the year. I see it constantly.
Oh hell.
Ah, I see. The nightmare.
COVID.
Okay. Well, Cassie,
What do
what?
you mean the queen's gonna die? Which queen?
Please. Cassie, what weapon do you want to take?
Is there an option of different swords or just
Yeah.
like a short sword?
Yeah, basically just tell me what medieval weapon they've got it fully stocked. There's flails, morning stars, maces, hammers, swords.
I want a long sword, like a two-handed sword.
Okay. Now do you want to go crazy with it and go bastard sword, or you just want a long sword?
I just want long sword.
Okay, long sword. Do you want? I know you said you wanted to handle the long sword two-handed, but you could have a shield in your other hand if you wanted. They do have shields as well.
I'm just going to sword.
Just sword. Okay. So you can add a long sword to your inventory. So what you're going to be looking for, we can add these on stream. We will add these here. And I'll do that for chat as well so they can see. So Cassie is going to get a long sword. You've already added that in. We can also put your damage resistance up top. That is implemented. There's a spot in your stats page, everybody. In that section, there's a spot for damage resistance. You can put in your armor's bonus there, so you have it for quick reference. That also is calculated in whenever you look at, if you click on the calculate damage thing, whenever you take damage, instead of doing it manually, you could do it there and it'll automatically apply it for you. So your longsword will give you a move. What is your combat right now?
I think it's a 3. Let me check though. Oh, it's just a 2.
2. Okay. Okay. So this is something that you can get by increasing your combat stage. So simple weapons grant a single move that can be used if the wielder has adept combat or higher. And fine weapons grant 2 moves. They also would come with another move if you have master combat. So leveling up combat will be able to grant you moves for these things. There would be, so for a large weapon, we will say, so long sword would be a large melee. And what this does is it raises the AC of the of attacks made with your weapon by 1, so it's harder to hit, but you raise the damage base by 2. Large weapons are two-handed. There are technically foot weapons. There is a rule set for foot weapons if you wanted to have like a boot knife or something, or like a knife put into your boots. So this would grant a we'll say wounding strike. This will grant wounding strike. Now, again, you wouldn't be able to use this until you get an adept combat, but you can still use this and it augments your struggle attacks. So if you use the struggle attack, it's damage base 6 if you're using longsword. Damage base. Okay. All right. So you have your longsword added. You've got that in there. You've got your heavy armor. You've got your helmet. Cool. Okay. So Cassie's kitted out. Does anybody else want a weapon?
Can I have a foot weapon?
A foot weapon. I suppose you can have a foot weapon. What is your foot weapon gonna be?
I would like a blade in the tip of my shoe. Why is it so funny? I want a foot weapon.
Is it funny?
Foot.
Foot. I want a foot weapon.
Remember the Foot Clan.
Knife boots.
Oh my god, and stick? Oh, it's canon. It's a canon thing. I just need to give my Turtwig a bow staff. And then we'll be good.
Gotta give him like a little mask.
Oh, I would love it.
Okay, AC 5 and damage base 5 if using knife boots. Yours have been added. Anybody else want a weapon?
Look on.
I think something like a bow and arrow would be kind of neat. Little
Okay.
something with the range.
They've got those.
Yeah.
And in, do you want a longbow or a short bow? Actually, it would have to be. I'll just add it as a bow, because it says short ranged weapons are one handed, so it'd be like a slingshot or tossing something.
Yeah.
Spears or javelins. So long range, raise. Long range. Raise AC of attacks by +1. Range of 12 meters. And raise DB by +1. Does anybody have a combat of 4 or higher?
Nope.
We're all nerds.
Yeah, I have a combat of 3.
Okay. Okay, got your bow added. Raises the AC of attacks by 1. Has a range of 12 meters, and you raise the damage base by 1. Long range weapons can't target Pokemon or trainers that are closer than 4 meters from you, and it is a two-handed weapon.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Bow is added. Anybody else?
I have taken a light shield. I have added that to my character sheet. And I have added the +2 evasion. Now I have something to ask.
Sure.
So as a standard action, it can be readied to grant a +4 evasion and 10 damage reduction to the end of the next turn, but also causes you to become slowed. I cannot be slowed. Do I just get that for free?
Where do you not get slowed? Oh, runaway.
From one of
Cannot
yeah.
be slowed, stuck, or trapped. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Crazy.
Okay. Um. Heck yeah. Also, it doesn't look like. Oh yeah, your evasion bonus is over there. Got it. Cool. Let me go ahead and put it over on the side. That way, it's easier to keep track of for you. Put that there. Okay. Sweet. You are set. Do you need a weapon, Abner? Or are you just taking a shield?
I'll just take the shield.
Cool. And lastly, Clary, are you taking a weapon? Or are you going to focus more on your abilities?
Yeah, I'm good with just my abilities.
Okay. So you're down here in like this this ironworks, pretty much like this space where the knights are getting prepped for the tournament today. You, in addition to seeing those that have the crest of the Gilded Green on, you do see other knight orders here. Based on their crest and their coats of arms that they have, they do not belong to the Order of the Gilded Green. They seem to be part of different knight orders. Is if there is anyone in particular that you're looking out for, or that you're interested in like a frame of, let me know. Otherwise, just know that there are more orders of knights than just the Gilded Green. So
Like, you want to know if we're interested in any other ones right now?
yeah, if it comes up and you want to know, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm not going to spend too much time describing these individuals. They're just here for the jousting tournament.
Where is
Okay.
the order of the silly little guys?
This is the Order of the Onion Cheese.
No.
I know.
This
I
is
know
the Order of the Onion Cheese.
Order of the Onion Cheese.
Retract my interest.
I don't want to order onion cheese.
Onion cheese
Yeah.
curds.
Mm.
Honestly, sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so you guys are prepped down here. Do you say anything to each other? Like, this is sort of you guys came here for information about the prophecy, and you got a slight detour, and now you're gonna become knights. Is there anything you want to talk about?
You can hear the clanking of metal as Cassie vibrates with excitement.
Well, we came to talk to the king. I'm sure that he knows his knights.
Has basically just wrapped himself up in layers and layers of cloth.
Well, we're gonna need to
She's
get
trying to stay
wep-
warm.
we're gonna need weapons and stuff. We're gonna go on all these missions and stuff anyway. So, I mean,
Huh? What? Missions?
Maybe.
King. Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's like might be easier for him to take us seriously if we come in and actually, show at least a little bit of competence.
I agree.
As you guys are sitting about waiting for your slot, you see several of the knights, like that you hear the clanking of armor first, and then you hear several of the knights stop talking. And as you turn, you see that they all get down on one knee and bow their head. As you see that Sir Dermot enters the changing room, he's like, "Oh, there's no need for that. Go ahead and stand back up. I am."
The people who didn't get on their knees are just like,
He says, "There's no need for all that. I'm just here for the jousting competition." He looks, and as he walks towards, it seems like he was heading for a designated space, but he stops and he looks at you, and he says, "Are you the 5 who are planning on challenging yourselves in the arena today?"
Yes, sir.
I guess. I mean, I kind of just got roped along for the trip, but okay.
He looks at you, Abner, and he puts a hand on your shoulder, and he says, "As long as there is goodness in your heart, there is no need to fear."
The weight of his hand is physically buckling Abner's legs as he starts to sink lower. As he doesn't want this.
He says, "I have faith in you, sir. I believe that each and every one of you will come out victorious. If this is truly something you want, if this is truly something that you wish to pursue, a path of good and righteous, saving those who need saving, there is no stronger force of will than that."
It's like he's handpicked a list of keywords and phrases to get Cassandra hyped.
He says, "I bid you adieu. I have to get ready for my tournament, but good luck. I'll be watching." And he gives you a bow and departs. You hear the clanking of his armor fade away as he leaves.
The weight of honor shall brace our spines. What?
You're really getting into this, aren't you?
A normal amount?
I'll kind of just blink and kind of shrug. She's like, alright.
Cassie's like, "This is like a new interest of mine," and then we flash back to them in their apartment swinging a sword around, like in full plate armor in their living room.
They already
don't know,
just
it's
told us all of it. We just totally forgot about all of it.
If it keeps their spirits up.
I guess I'm just blending in really well. Totally not something I've fantasized since I was a small child about.
Sure it wasn't.
Hope they don't hit each other too hard.
You hear an announcer calling out. It's that one from outside. "And now, your competitors for today. The recruits aiming to become apprentices of the Order of the Gilded Green. Cassandra Brandt. Magnolia Stark." And after each name, you hear the crowd erupt into applause and cheers. "Will Hadley. Abner Noel. Claret Mason." And each one of you walk out into this arena. And as you do, you find yourself surrounded on all sides by a roaring crowd.
Pictures.
Oh,
Get
Look
ready.
at that. Look at the little artwork of the little cat.
Because this is gonna be a good one, folks. Today we've brought in a monster of enormous proportions. These brave fighters will test their might against it, Should they find themselves victorious, they will be inducted into the Order of the Gilded Green as apprentice knights. Challengers, are you ready?
Ready as I'm gonna be.
Cassie is cheering and
Yeah.
screaming.
Abner hangs
Sure.
his head.
Then without further ado, bring in the monster! And you hear the crowd roar as they're ready to see this fight. You hear chains being pulled, click, 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 and across from you, across this arena, you see the portcullis being raised. And coming your way, something rattles the ground as it steps. Doom, doom, doom. And out steps this huge Stoutland, this large
Oh, boy.
dog with flowing fur, these long whiskers off of its sides. It's grayed on the edges. It's missing one eye. And it looks at you, and you hear the deep, rumbling growl from its throat. As it stares you down from across the arena. Just behind you in the stands, you hear, "Give 'em hell, kids!"
I
Is that
love you.
is that Gigi?
Yeah, Gigi's up in the stands.
He's
Hell
got
yeah.
500 gold writing on this.
Wait,
He
wait,
bet
wait,
on
wait,
his
wait.
grandkids.
Why do we always get bet on in fights?
You see that he has this big leather strap over his neck, like over the top of his neck, that hangs down and holds a bucket. And in the bucket, it's full of popcorn. And so he just keeps like diving his head down to eat popcorn while he's watching.
He has the horse bucket.
He's got a horse bucket of popcorn.
Incredible.
We are gonna corn this dog.
Abner will look over with concern at this statement.
All right. The crowd is roaring. Can everybody tell me what their highest speed is between them and their Pokemon?
Okay, let's see.
Oh, I'm in trouble for the look.
13.
Almost bad.
Jacket's faster than me now that I'm wearing armor, so it's 10.
So Abner has 12, and Tonka has 9.
Leo has 15.
I have 6.
Perfect. Okay. Then first up is that Stoutland. As you come to terms with this large Pokemon that has just stepped out, it starts moving towards you at a rapid pace, and it is going to use the move Work Up. You see it growling and getting angrier and angrier until slobber is coming down its jowls, and it'll increase its attack by 1 stage.
That's not nice.
It is going to move. It's pretty fast, so it's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces.
Oh.
And that will be where it ends its turn. Next up is Clary.
Oh, shit. I will also move. But how do I say where exactly I'm trying to move to? I want to go somewhere to the right, or start approaching to the right of it.
Okay. If you are on a computer or anything, like if you're at a laptop, you can grab your token and move them where you want.
Oh. Oh, okay. Oh. Whoa. What the
You can
hell?
also use the arrow keys if you highlight them, and it'll make it a little easier.
I am on my iPad, so I don't know how
Got
to
you.
do
I can
that on here.
I can help out. So you said you wanted to go like down and to the right, like southeast-ish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, your overland is 6. How far do you want to go that way?
6 is in that's how far I can move.
Yeah, 6 spaces.
Let's do 3.
So you move down. Do you want Leo to be coming with you, or do you want him to stay separate?
I want him to come with me.
Okay.
Probably gonna be it for my turn. Doesn't really seem like there's much else I can do.
Okay. All right. So you'll reposition yourself, move out of the way. We will kick it over to Will then.
Alright. I will probably do a similar maneuver. And move 1, 2, 3. Probably move 4.
Okay.
And we'll have Thumper move 1, 2, 3 alongside me. And I think that's all I'm gonna do for my turn. I might also go and change the range on all of these weapons from meters to freedom units because I can't. Because that math's gonna get annoying.
Okay. Yeah. Every space is 1 meter, so they're just each one is a square.
Okay. Cool. Each face is 1 meter. Got it. Like I said, not worried.
Okay. So you're moving over there. Are you doing anything else? I'm sorry.
Let's see. Let me look this up real quick.
He is 11 spaces away.
So technically, I could attack him, but I'm not gonna do that yet.
Okay.
I don't want to aggro this thing.
All right. So you get out of the way. Clary gets out of the way in the other way, leaving Cassie, Abner, and Magnolia in the middle. Abner, you're up next. You're sort of like dead center for this thing too.
Yeah, Abner is going to look left, going to look right, see that there is an open space to the left. And he is going to move 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to move over here.
Moved up behind Will.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is all that Tonka can move. And as a action, will ready the shield.
Okay. All right. Then, if nothing else, we are over to Cassie. Do not forget that you guys did train your Pokemon today, so your effects of your initiative training is still in effect. So if Tonka's Overland is 4, you have the agility training that gives them +1 to bonus to movement. So they have that as well, and that would also affect your initiative if you were giving me the speed of 12.
I remember the. Hold on. Oh, so they would get a +4 to initiative then.
Yeah, so that would put you at 16. So we'll calculate that in next round. Okay, so Abner got that. Don't forget for you guys also have your training applied as well. So Abner, we are down to Cassie.
It's gonna take me a while to get over there. Both of us have a movement speed of 4. We're just gonna sprint. We're gonna sprint at the dog.
All right.
What are you doing? No.
4. Cassandra. Do I want to be down here or up there? We'll spread out a little bit so that we can cover a little more space. I don't think that there's anything else that I can do for right now.
Okay. All right.
I just
Then-
gotta wait till it gets over here.
Then over to Magnolia.
Honestly, I'm gonna also just move. So the number that is my speed, that's how many squares I can move, right?
Nope, you're overland.
My overland, okay. But it's the same thing, so. It's just 4. Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna move forward.
Okay. All right, so Magnolia and Cassie stand in the middle. Will and Abner to the north, and then Clary to the south. It's back over to the Stoutland's turn, who is going to continue rushing forward, like in a straight line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to dash to get closer, so it's going to run right up on Jack. But it does use its action to do that. He is going to use his ability Intimidate.
Oh.
The target is flinched and loses 1 combat stage at your choice of attack or special attack. You may target a specific foe only once per scene with Intimidate. To force the character growth, I'm going to target Cassie. So Cassie, lose a stage of attack, and you are going to be flinched. I'm not going to flinch Jack.
How could you do this to me?
So flinched characters cannot take actions. So on your next turn, you will be flinched, and then, but Jack can still act. Let's see. Looking for the afflictions. Okay, flinch. You may not take actions during your next turn that round. The flinch status does not carry over onto the next round. So, for this round, you cannot take actions. You could still talk. So if you like command Jack to do something, you can do that. But Cassie is almost like frozen with fear. As this large Pokemon. I mean, he's taller than most of you, if not the same height with your tallest, whoever your tallest may be. The Stoutland is big, a very very large Pokemon. Over to Abner now.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I am not in range. Oof. Let's see. I'll have Tonka move closer. Abner. And then he will continue to ready the shield.
All right.
Because Abner is a coward.
All right. Then it is over to Clary. Clary, you and Leo.
From what I'm seeing here, am I in range to use Water Pulse? So it's range 8.
Yes, you are.
Okay, I'm gonna try and use Water Pulse to see if I can confuse the
Okay.
enemy.
You'll click on the top dice button for next to Water Pulse.
Okay. That's the first dice button or the third one?
The
Forgot
first
which
one.
you would say. Okay.
Okay, so let me
That-
check his evasion. You got after so you met your AC, 3 evasion. Meets beats. You did meet his evasion, so this will land. However, unfortunately, it was not enough to confuse. You're just dealing the damage. So 24 water damage, special water. You see, it didn't do all too much. His fur soaked up a lot of that brunt force from the water pulse, and it is he's still chugging along. You did damage it, but his defense soaked up a lot of that. Does Leo do anything?
Let's see. Leo, what can you do here? I'm not gonna make Leo use a water attack, considering.
Yeah,
I'm
me
gonna make-
describing that, by the way, just so there isn't confusion. Me describing that, I wasn't saying he had resistance. His defense stat is just pretty high.
Oh, okay. I'll probably make Leo move a little bit closer. Let's see, 1, 2. If I want to make Leo use lick, it doesn't say in the range how close I need to be. How close is melee? Is that just like a space away? Or
Yep, you gotta be in an adjacent square to him.
an adjacent square? Okay. Really, all my moves for Leo are melee. Okay, well, I don't want him to get that close to it. So I know he has a high defense, but I guess I'll just opt for water gun then.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think. Am I close enough already to do any 4? Okay, yeah. Then I'll use that. 1 second.
Oh yeah. Can you describe for me before we go too much further how? So firstly, your water gun does hit. I'll start doing the damage on that. How does your water pulse do, or your aqua pulse?
You mean like how
Yeah.
I send it out, or
Yeah.
So Clary sort of, focuses on summoning up that energy to push out the water pulse. Hits the target, damages it like you said, but obviously most of it just kind of soaks in. So she kind of curses under her breath, then says, "Not too shabby." And then Leo sort of goes forward, or doesn't go forward. He stays still. Sorry, Leo uses water gun as well to follow up on that. Just standing, kind of, sort of in front of me, not too far ahead, just more like a protective stance.
Mm-hmm.
And then shoots out water gun from where he's standing in front of me.
Nice. Okay. Do you have anything else you want to do on your turn?
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess I could do something else. I will move 2 spaces to the right for both of them.
All right.
And
There you
then
go. Heck yeah. All right. Over to Will.
Alright, so I'm gonna see this thing. It's first pretty tough, so let's try and deal with that. Gonna have Thumper move a few spaces forward. Have him use Rock Smash.
Oh, all right, all right.
Boom.
4. 4 will hit. Can you describe to us how Thumper uses Rock Smash? What does this look like?
I imagine that I kind of just direct him to do it, expecting him to kind of go kind of slow, but I saw the picture in my head of this guy just rearing back and then just flying forward like a lawn dart, and just trying to bounce off this thing.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, he preps himself, squats his little bird legs, and then flies forward at high speed, hits the Stoutland right on the top of the head, and you hear this resounding crack. The impact of it echoes throughout the arena, and the crowd goes crazy for it. This is a super effective move. So not only does it hit, you're doing time and a half. So you pretty big hit against this Pokemon. Does Will himself do anything?
I'm going to probably stay where I'm at, and I'm gonna ready up my bow and shoot at that spot that the bird just hit. So I'm gonna change the AC and DB on this. So I'm gonna draw back and shoot.
Okay.
That's gonna miss.
Yeah, you fire the arrow and it just catches in its fur. It doesn't look like it even makes it through the thick protective coating. It just gets caught in the hair. The arrow you see sort of swishing about whenever he moves his body, and the hair moves with him.
Worth a shot.
Anything else that Will does?
Probably move a couple of spaces closer, just seeing that, okay, the bow is, I'm still getting the hang of the thing. So
Okay.
we'll scoot forward a couple spaces.
Then next up, it is Cassie and Jack. Cassie, you are flinched from the intimidation, but Jack is not. What do you do?
Can Cassie still move, or is she just frozen in place?
She is frozen in place. Can't take any actions.
Oh no. Well, at least he's in melee range now. I have to reorganize my strategy. I didn't expect him to get this close this fast. Ooh. The Stoutland took a little bit of damage from
The Rock Smash.
someone's attack. I don't know. Okay. Good. And I'm gonna use Assurance, because if Assurance's target has already been damaged by a move on the same round Assurance is used, Assurance has a damage base of 12 instead.
Okay.
It doubles the damage
Right.
base.
Nice.
Cool.
So let me get that out there.
A 4 will hit. Tell me how this looks. What does Jack do?
I don't even know what Assurance means. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, in the games, it's like the black hand sort of slaps them around a little bit, but you can flavor this however you want. How does it look as like a? Think of it as almost like, because the damage base increases after somebody else has hit it. I imagine it's almost like a combo move.
Yeah, I think like as the as it's reeling back from the Rock Smash earlier, it sort of almost bounces into his range where he can come up and also headbutt it back. So it's both hit with the actual force of the headbutt and the whiplash of being jostled back and forth.
Nice. Okay. You sort of shake off that flinch after you see Jack do it, as you get like the spike of adrenaline take back over. You could feel your limbs move once more, and you focus in on that fight. Like, this is a knight should be brave, and you tell yourself this, and you shake off the flinch, and you're back in the fight. Magnolia, unless you had anything else to do with Jack, Cassie.
No.
Okay, Magnolia, it is over to you.
Okay. I'm gonna move to right there.
Can you describe that for us, please?
Sorry. I'm going to kind of run over a little bit diagonal of it from where Will is currently. And then I'm gonna have Spike run closer to Abby. And then it's the Pokemon and me who get an action, correct?
Yeah, but I want to back up for a second. You mean Styx, and Abner is up top. Where are you moving Styx?
I'm so sorry. I'm moving Styx closer to
To Clary?
to Clary. I'm so sorry.
Gotcha.
Um
And what was your
and
other question?
if we both can attack, but I'm pretty sure
Yes.
I can. I'm just making sure. Okay. Then I am going to use Razor Leaf.
The Razor Leaf will hit. For 12. Can you roll the damage, please? Yeah. And whenever you hit the top button, which is what I was telling Vanessa earlier, if you hit the top dice, it will roll all of it for you. You can do
Gotcha.
that
I'm
in
sorry.
the future for you. You're okay. 22 damage. Not too devastating for this big guy. His fur coat eats a lot of that damage for him. You see that a couple of the leaves do make it through. You sort of do that same motion that you did before that you saw Clary doing whenever you were out on the training yard, and whenever you replicate, you do this razor leaf. This time they emerge from the vines that wrap around your wrists and ankles. You pull the leaves away from them as you grow them and throw them forward like a swarm of daggers.
That's just awesome.
And what does Styx do?
Styx is going to use Absorb, and just imagine that Styx just kind of like stares at the big guy right in front of him, and then he's going to kind of like focus a little bit, and it's like a little green like bubble kind of comes like, or a green aura comes from him, and then also comes from his enemy, his opponent.
Okay.
There you go.
Styx focuses real hard, but he can't seem to focus on where the aura is coming from, and your absorb will miss.
He's got performance anxiety. It's okay.
It is now over to the Stoutland's
He's just
turn.
a little nervous.
He's just a little nervous.
Stoutland is going to use his second use of Intimidate, and is going to intimidate Thumper. He's going to flinch Thumper and lower Thumper's attack by 1 stage.
Oh, dang.
He then looks to Jack, who just delivered that big, heavy hit to him. And he is going to open up this big maw, these jaws that look like he could swallow Jack whole. Like, imagine those pictures that you see of Tibetan Mastiffs where they're like mid-bite. This Pokemon is like 2 Tibetan Mastiffs put together. He's about to bite down on Jack, and he's going to use Crunch. 7 to hit. So,
That definitely hits.
yeah. For 40 physical dark damage.
Ooh.
Huh.
God. Oh.
He bites down on Jack, and you hear a crunch of Jack's body, and he screams out in pain. His helmet rattles on the top of his head, almost falling off. He scrambles to put it back on, and pushes himself out of the Stoutland's jaws. Jeez. Yeah, Jack gets away from the bite, and the Stoutland stands breathing heavy, and that will be his turn. Actually, he's gonna try and back away. He has the ability run away, so he does not provoke attacks of opportunity, but he's gonna try and run. Clearly he is on his last limbs. You could see that he's tired, he's wounded, and this is a wild animal. It's not like like just a battle. It is feral. It is a monster. We are over to Abner now.
Okay. He is far outside of range, so Abner and Tonka will be moving. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So their movement speed is not very high. And I do not have the range to get after him, so once again, ready the shield.
Hell yeah. All right, over to Clary then. Clary's closest to you now.
The hack rate.
I'm gonna do the same thing I've kind of been doing. I'm gonna go closer to it by about 3 spaces, just so I don't get too far away from the group. And I mean, may as well try Water Pulse again, see if I can perfect it. So Clary focuses again, brows furrowing, and hits it with another Water Pulse.
Yeah. As you push out this water from you, you do hit it, and it is 26 damage. You do not get off the confusion effect, but you do push out this water pulse, and Clary, as the water slams into the back of the Stoutland, as it's running away, you slam the cascade into the back of its head, and you see it stumble. And as the rest of the water hits, and we hear the splashing of the droplets coming off of your fingers, you look forward, and the Stoutland collapses and falls forward, defeated. The crowd goes crazy. And there you have it, folks. Our 5 new recruits for the Order of the Gilded Green, the Order of Knights who protects King's Watch. And everybody gives you your applause and scream. And you look over and you see Gigi. He's cheering. His neck is like all the way up. He's screaming. He's like moving back and forth like Kermit the Frog when he yells. And his popcorn's going everywhere. He like looks to the person next to him, puts his dragon paws on them, and shakes them back and forth.
I want to pick up
That's
Jack
awesome.
and like hold him on my shoulders. It doesn't make him that much taller, but it's the thought that counts.
He like weakly holds up his arms.
He took 2 fucking injuries from that attack. He's got 14 HP.
Imagine Will's gonna hold out his arm and have Thumper land on him and kind of do a little headbutt, and of course this thing goes back to pecking his head. We're gonna stand there, just like, that was cool.
Tonka goes over to you, Abner, and starts hitting your shield with her hammer. Ting, 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 ting. Ting, 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 ting.
Hey, please.
Styx has no idea what's going on. He has no clue. he just hears everybody shouting. He actually doesn't like all the loud noises, so you see him like try to burrow himself a little bit, try and get away from it.
Aw.
I'm gonna kind of like lean down and I'm gonna pat his little back.
You hear a sound approaching, a clop, 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 and you look forward down the path where the portcullis was, where you exited and entered the arena. And behind you approaches a tall sawsbuck, and on the back, the mighty knight Sir Dermot. he dismounts and he pats. Stay right there, Tower. And he moves closer to you all. He says, Congratulations! I, Sir Dermot, hereby recognize the 5 of you as apprentice knights. You may seek out any order that you choose and pursue training under the school of fighting that you pursue. And seek out your own justice, your own path to good. And form yourselves into an honor that nobody can take away from you. While the prospect of searching for another order sounds luxurious, I will say the Order of the Gilded Green would be happy to have you among our ranks, provided you can prove your mettle. When you are ready, if you wish to join the Order of the Gilded Green, speak to me, and I will allow you to test yourselves. On success, you will be a true knight, with all the perks that come with it. Please,
Cool.
All right.
Captain's fangirling.
exit to the front of the arena. Your winnings will be waiting for you. And good luck on your journeys. Each of you, and he hops back on Tower and starts riding back. He rides fast out of it in a dramatic flare. As he turns, you see that he has a cape attached to his Heracross armor that flutters in the wind as he disappears into the shadows.
So cool.
Hey kids, we're stinking
Look
rich.
over.
What?
What?
He did us.
Oh,
Pop loves gambling. And he starts.
where is he?
Was
Where's
that a
our
redeem, or did he
grandpa?
just say that?
He just said
I'm gonna shake him. Where is that old dragon?
that.
I swear.
Oh,
We gotta go get our winnings. I didn't even know we got money for this. I just kind of wanted to do it.
Well, yeah. Well, we're not gonna have any money if we let Pop freaking spend it all. So let's go. Let's go for that.
Yep, I
I'm
put
just
it
gonna
back
zip
to the
away.
arena and it's gone.
You quickly exit the arena, and as you head out towards the front, the person who was taking the registry and everything, he awards you your winnings, 500 gold each, and you are also given your honorary knight apprentices. You were given a writ that confirms that each of you are apprentices ready to take on an oath of knighthood. So you could take this writ to any order that you wish, and they will provide you a challenge if you're ready to take that on. Otherwise, you can train under them. I have some other mechanics. So if you're doing like a long rest and you train with the knight, you'll have some different effects. But there's also, it's pretty similar to what you have at Dragonblood Keep already. It's just going to be a lot of work just playing the game. You defeated the Stoutland. All of you can add 25 experience to your Pokemon, and to your player, I'll give you 5 experience because that was a pretty big encounter. Not only was it your first Pokemon encounter, but all of you just gained the ability to become apprentices. So 5 experience to your player character, 25 to your Pokemon.
Yay.
Hey, you leveled up.
And Vanessa, were you meaning to roll command at all? Did I miss something?
What? No, I think I accidentally clicked on something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what.
So Gigi approaches. He like scoots close to you guys, and you see that he's wearing a new cape. I'm so proud of you, kiddos.
Oh,
Where did you
What
get
are
the
you wearing?
cape?
Oh, this old thing. This is my new cape that I just bought.
With all of
Nice.
the money.
Yes.
Oh.
how How high quality does that look?
It looks fantastic. It looks like this is something that a lord would wear.
Guy.
Oh,
We're
you don't
rich.
think that you don't think that we could have used the money that you just got to
Now, don't
help
be
improve
greedy,
the-
Cassie. I already gave you your allowance.
I was just saying that maybe we could help all of us in the home that we live in together.
He just keeps staring at you. He says
Okay.
nothing. He just stares. You don't see his pupils because they're behind the glasses, but he's just staring.
Okay.
See, what's crazy is, like, how long did it take us to leave this arena?
Like, maybe 5 minutes. Maybe.
In that
How'd
ti-
we do
in-
that?
Yeah, in that time, in the 5 minute span, 300 some odd seconds, that man literally ran to the collection booth, got the money, ran out of the arena, went to a tailor, got fitted, and got himself a pickin' new clothes, and then made it back.
I've had my eye on this thing since you all signed up for this challenge.
That wasn't
really-
that long ago.
Nope.
I really hope that we actually are the first 5 and we aren't group number 6, and he's just like, all right, this is going to be the big one.
Just releasing us.
Oh my goodness.
He's like, well, you guys are on your own. No,
Hmm.
he says, well, do you like it? Does it make me look snazzy?
Hold on.
It's like a deep royal blue cape that's fur lined around the neck, and it goes very well with his color palette.
1 second. I'm not 100% sure that you should have bought that.
Why?
Can Grandpa roll a charm check? A roll style.
Roll style. I feel like maybe there were more pressing things that we could have spent the money on, you know, like food.
But we have food.
For how long? How much of a store do we have?
For a long time. I mean, if you
Okay.
think about it, Emmett and Casper have been keeping that place running for 8 centuries.
Yeah, but
That's
they
a lot
don't
of
eat.
food.
You know what they say, dynamite comes in small packages, Diggy Dog.
What?
Huh?
Sorry?
Sorry.
Okay. Well, are you
Okay,
there?
I want to go collecting our earnings. I want out of this conversation.
You were already given your 500 gold. You have free will again.
Okay, I want to
Uh,
leave.
So now we've done that, should we actually go and talk to this guy and figure out all this prophecy stuff?
This guy, he's the fucking king.
yeah, actually, do we know where are they based out of the castle? The guild that we've kind of signed up with?
No. The Order of the Gilded Green has like sort of this keep towards the edge of King's Watch, and barracks with like the towers that surround it.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out where we need to go to proceed in our asking the king how he's doing.
So you said that if we just name drop your old master at the gates, they'll just let us talk to the king?
He nods, his beard bounces. Mm-hmm.
That sounds legit.
No better time than the present.
I mean, if they take a look at this cool coat that I got, this awesome cape, then I'm sure that we'll be also looked on high regard. It's it's a status symbol if you think about it.
You know what? I think you're right. You know, you should probably lead us there by a couple of paces so that you can't hear my already soft-spoken tone of voice.
It really is a nice cloak.
Why, thank you, Abby. You want to wear it for a minute? And he takes it off and he drapes it around you.
How tall is he?
He's almost 8 feet long.
I am 5'6".
It's like it's like a kid in dad's clothes.
Am I impressive? Do I have intimidating stature? I
Like
hold my
flare it a
arms.
little bit. Yeah, move your arm to the side really fast, like you just declared that you laid down a trap card.
Oh, Will, can you give a burst of air? Because I'm not really feeling it, but I think if it billowed.
I enter.
What were you saying, Vanessa?
Claire just a little dubious about it looking very regal on Abner.
Got you. The wind blows and it billows behind Abner, and it's longer than he is tall, so it looks kind of silly and over the top. And he's like, "Didn't that make you feel good?" And he takes the cape off and puts it back on.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's go. And he starts and leading you down towards the castle, heading straight ahead. Is there anywhere else that you would like to stop now that you have Munners?
I think there was a general store mentioned
'Twas.
earlier. Can Abner go stop in there for a second?
Sure. What do you need?
I was gonna browse. I heard they had some of the common items from the
Yes, sir.
list.
So they won't have the advanced potions or medicine items, but they will have any of the basic items. Remember that Pokeballs do not exist. I'll let you look through and buy whatever you want, based on that. And if there's a discrepancy of would they have this, just ask. And if there's anything that you want that's not in there, you can also ask. Okay. Anywhere else for anybody?
Clary goes to the bakery real fast.
Okay. So you hop in the bakery. As you're heading along the main thoroughfare, most of these businesses are along this main street. This bakery has a symbol of a broken loaf of bread, and you see the full name of the business, Auntie Bunty's Bunts and Bakery. And it smells delightful. Baking bread, cakes, and it's leaking out into the street. You just immediately get hit with the smell of fresh bread. You can see that they have little stands to sell their bread, little wooden stands. And they've got the loaves laid out. You can see that if you look through the window, you can see a counter in there, people moving about, and it's got cakes laid out. You enter, and the smell is even stronger in here. You could see that there are pastries that are laid out on one of the counters and another within a glass case that seem to have some sort of berry jam inside of them. And there's this older woman. She looks like maybe she's in her late 50s. She's shorter. She's more portly. She wears a dress that goes all the way down to her shoes. You can see no part of her except for her hands. And I guess up to her, where her elbows, she would roll up her sleeves. She's got an apron on. Her hair is up in a bun. It's like a double bun. So you have the regular bun and then a bun on top of that. And moving back and forth, you see these small little dog Pokemon. You see a Fido and you see a Doxbun that are carrying some of the pastries and bread back and forth. And setting it up, and you'll see one of them will hop on the counter. The Fido will start rolling around in the dough or rolling around in flour, and as it does and it rolls around in the flour, it forms a dough to which the Doxbun will go and start almost making biscuits and flatten out the dough.
Clary looks at the Pokemon making the bread and says, mostly to herself, is that sanitary?
Oh, hi,
Um,
dearie. I didn't see you there.
no.
Welcome to Auntie Bunty's Bunts and Bakery. It's so hard to say. Are you in here for something sweet?
Yes. This bread here, and she points towards one of the samples on the, I guess, the display area. Is that cream on the inside? What sort of cream is that?
Well, I've got an assortment of berries that I put into the pastries. If you're looking for something like a pie or a Danish, then I've got plenty of those. If do you have a particular flavor that you like to have? Something sweet, something spicy. Maybe you like something bitter, like cinnamon, maybe.
Onion.
Cinnamon sounds lovely.
Onion pastries. That's a grand idea.
No
Well,
onion.
it's almost like I thought of it myself.
No, thank you. Please.
For the love of God. Okay, let me.
I never want to see
Um, let me. There was somewhere that has the flavor.
Flavors.
Flavor. She. You said that you wanted something sweet, yeah?
Something cinnamony.
Something cinnamon, something bitter. Okay. Well, I've got this one here. It's a pastry. It's a tart with persimmon berries in it.
Okay. I'll take that. And then, do you have anything safe for Pokemon consumption?
Well, anything in here is good enough for Pokemon. You know, me and these little fellas here, and she pats both dogs, and they sort of bark up at her. We all partake in everything in here. Every single one's been trial tested, tasted by the three of us.
All right. Well, I'll take your word for it. She looks down at Leo, a little unsure, and then says, "Is there anything you want?"
You see him sort of like look up to you and then look around, and his eyes affixed to something. You see that they have those little fish pastries. He looks at it and he immediately starts licking his lips.
I follow his gaze, nod, of course, that makes sense, and then say, "I'll have one of those fish pastries as well."
Well, does little fella want something more tame, or does he like it more on the sweet side? And you see him like paw at one of the at the glass case in front of one of the pastries, and she grabs it for you. She wraps it up in a tight little parcel, and she hands it. Here you go. That'll be 300 gold, please.
All right, here you are.
All right. So you can add a persimmon berry tart and a chesto berry pastry to your inventory. The persimmon berry, Persim, that will cure confusion, and your chesto berry pastry will cure sleep.
Nice. You said it's a chesto berry?
Chesto, yes.
Okay, chesto berry.
I might need a chesto berry.
EB.
Yeah.
Sleep.
It's too bright in this room.
As a complimentary gift, because you bought something, she is also going to give you a small bunt cake to, as is her shop's namesake. She gives you a small bunt cake that you and Leo split, and it's very nice. Despite it being a medieval recipe, you would expect a lot of things from this era to not be as advanced as what they are in present day, but this is quite nice. The right amount of sugar, it's not too sweet, natural syrup on the top for the icing glaze. and it's got like a faint chocolate flavoring, with something a little like spicy, not in like a ooh that's hot, but like in a clove sort of way.
Clary nods approvingly and gives her compliments to the chef.
Auntie Bunty bows and says, "Thank you, miss. Have a blessed day."
Thank you, you two. And then she leaves with Leo and says down to him, "Don't say I never did anything for you."
He like looks up, his eyelids are still half open, and he like sort of stands up on two legs and tries to grab onto your pant leg to try and get you to give it to him.
No, not now.
He
Patience.
he squints and gets down and starts walking alongside. Does anybody else want to grab anything?
I think I am okay.
Same here. I'm feeling pretty good.
Abner has spent 1,000 gold because he wanted a fishing pole.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
The guy at the counter, he's gonna say, "Could I interest you in perhaps a box of bait to go with your fishing rod?" Yes.
Is that extra?
It will be extra, yes, but you see, it makes an average fisherman like yourself into a good fisherman. You see, yes.
How much?
250 gold, yes. And as an
No.
effect, what that does, did you already read the bait by chance?
I did not, but I have 1,000 left, and I'm saving that.
Okay. So for bait, it can be used in two ways: to lure Pokemon or to distract Pokemon. To lure Pokemon, set the bait on a route or use your fishing rod. Every 15 minutes thereafter, roll 1d20 until you roll 15 or higher. If you roll 3 times without success, the bait loses its potency and fails. If you succeed, however, a random Pokemon based on GM's discretion will appear. The Pokemon attracted with the bait should be usually of a level comparable to the party's Pokemon. Bait is often used for fishing in the same way. You could also use it to distract a wild Pokemon. As a standard action, the target must make a focus check with a DC of 12. If they fail, the Pokemon gives up its next standard action to eat the food.
Oh.
Yes. Well, good luck catching anything with just a stick. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And Abner will
Quite.
walk away from the shop.
You leave and you don't see this, but Tonka like looks over her shoulder and like holds up her paw towards him like she's flipping him off, but she doesn't have fingers. So
Does she just the rat clenching a fist?
yeah, fist of rage. You exit into the street. Magnolia's not buying anything. Will's not buying anything. Is Cassie buying anything?
I got everything I wanted for free.
Hell yeah. Okay. Well, Gigi continues walking up. He's leading you up the hill, and he says, "So, what are you guys gonna ask the king?"
About the prophecy?
Oh yeah, forgot.
Yep, that sounds alright.
He was too busy styling.
He walks up, gets close to the castle. And the castle, again, you have those two long red banners along either side of the drawbridge, and on the red banners is the golden design of a superior. And as the sunlight hits its eyes, the watchful gaze of the superior bathes the area in a golden light. The knights outside says, "State your business."
Hello, we're just here to talk to the king.
King is busy today.
Okay. Abner will start to turn around.
We were on a mission by a wizard named Arturo.
They look to each other. Arturo's been dead for 800 years. Gigi
Yes,
says,
that checks out.
What? What she says is true. We are here on the great wizard Arturo's agenda. These 5 are the prophetic 5. And they look at the talking dragon and look to each other. Stay right here. We will go fetch the king's council. And one of them leaves and rapidly speed walks into the castle. And you see with him return after a few minutes as you guys just sort of stand there. And Gigi's like looking at the other night. And he's like, "So, wait, what do you do for a living?" He's like, "Well, I'm a knight." He's like, yeah, that's pretty cool."
See my new cloak?
I love Gigi so much.
he sort of like moves to the side so you can see the cloak. Like he's all cloak from one side. He stands back. He's like, You see that previous knight emerges from the castle and starts coming over the bridge. And with him is a king's assistant. She wears this long robe that is sort of pleated in the middle for like a little bit more stretchiness. She has her hair down and braided behind her. It is this lavender purple color. And seated atop her head is a silver circlet that has a moon icon on the top. She carries with her a large tome under her arm. She looks to you, and she has this look on her face that looks to be one of seriousness and disbelief, but also needs to be thorough. She has these intense purple eyes. And she says, "Is it true? Are you the prophetic 5?
Yep.
There's
What
not really a better explanation for what we're doing here.
What proof do you have?" Gigi.
We are.
Do I have my cell phone?
Gigi steps forward for you and rummages around in his bag, and he presents a keepsake that he has with him. And it's that incense burner that he has with him. And as he produces it, he lifts it up with his teeth, and underneath is the stamp of Arturo that he had showed you before. He shows it to the woman and puts it away. And he says, "Yes, these 5 are the prophetic 5. I witnessed them fall into my home with my own 2 eyes." And he turns around and he winks, but you can't see because he's got glasses on. And he turns back ahead. She looks to the 5 of you, says, "Come with me. The king would like a word with you, I'm sure." And she starts leading you towards the castle again. You follow close behind, walking over the bridge. And as you enter, you enter a foyer area that has servants moving back and forth, individuals who are upkeeping the castle and carrying things from side to side, diplomats in clothes trying to rush after other individuals and write things down, people sitting around reading books in some of the side rooms, and just past the foyer. I mean, you're seeing all this as they're rushing between the rooms, of course. But as you head past the foyer into the room beyond, you are greeted with a huge throne room. The ceiling is at least 40 feet high, held up by Doric columns along the walkway. Each column decorated with a twirling vine that serpentines around it, and snakes between them with floral buds that shine with a golden light and illuminate this space without the need for torches. At the far end, there is a small framed man who awaits your arrival. He's leaned forward, elbows on his knees, waiting in anticipation, fingers templed before him, and she approaches him. And as she does, you see slither out from behind the throne is this long superior, who then seats itself next to him. And you see the superior glare at you and then bare its teeth. The king looks to him, looks to the superior and says, "Down, Tourmaline. They're fine." And the superior sort of slinks back. The king, as you get closer, has short red hair. He is wearing a crown that has like that felt top onto it with the little piece above it. He is wearing the kingly cape, but he is also wearing a iron chest plate underneath, wearing pants. The chest plate is the only piece of armor that he wears. But the rest of his clothes are very, very nice. He's sitting on a plush pillow for his throne, and he looks, and he says, "My name's King Cillian, and I hear that each of you are part of the Prophetic Five. I'm sure you've been asked this question several times, but I must ask myself: are you who we're waiting for?"
Looks left, looks right.
Yeah.
That's what people keep telling us.
Yes.
Then
I'm sorry.
I have a grave request for you, which seems silly and contrite considering your destiny is to do such a thing, but I must ask that you help us, the citizens of Ingea, stop the Dark Knights of Fairfield before they wipe us out for good. And that is where we will end the session.
Ooh.
Let's go.
We gotta fight knights.